Hi, everybody, and welcome to your June 2026 predictions. This is also for the period of Jupiter transiting Cancer, and that's happening June 2nd through October 31st when it enters Leo. It will turn retrograde December 13th of 2026 and back into Cancer one more time. So let's see what energy we can expect. So I would check your moon and your rising sign as we count this transit from the house of the moon or the ascendant. So if your ascendant is in Capricorn, then this Jupiter transit through Cancer will be in your 7th house. If your moon is in Gemini, then this will be in your 2nd house. So we also have Jupiter conjunct Venus. That'll be happening June 9th exactly. And then we have Jupiter, Venus, and the moon conjunct the 13th and 14th right before the new moon on the 15th, and that'll be at 29 degrees Taurus. And then we have a full moon at the 29th of the month of June, and that'll be at 15 Sagittarius. So let's see. We're going to start off this reading with Cancer. And so underneath the deck, you have the Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius, science, maybe some research, reading, expanding your knowledge, or problem solving in the month of June. Princess of Swords. Okay, so new ideas coming in to provide a solution or a new understanding to a situation. The Queen of Discs, so Capricorn showing up there. It could be one of your rising or moon signs, but security, stability, and happiness, also self-care. Knight of Wands, so a lot of fast-moving energy on both sides of you this month, but you're sitting pretty in the middle. You're stable. You're unconcerned, either that or you're controlling these things. These are both masculine energies, fire and air. So you could be ablaze with ideas this month, communications, people coming to see you. With Jupiter and Venus in your sign, Venus in particular is going to make you very attractive. So something about your personal appearance this month is going to stand out. And the Princess of Discs. So the Page of Coins. I think a lot of people are going to come towards you with their ideas, looking for approval, looking for insight, feedback. I get this boss energy from you or mentor energy. Somebody's coming to you for a solution, some advice. How do I do what you do? Look how you look. But it could be a lot of comments too on social media, creating a buzz. But the Princess of Discs showing some reward for that. Okay, well, this was flipped over from the last time I used it, so we'll pull it out. Angels 444, divine progress, intuition, inner wisdom, higher guidance, clarity, stability, honesty, foundations, practicality, fulfillment, and angelic support. Well, I'm definitely getting clarity from the Page of Swords and fulfillment from the Queen of Discs. So let's see, and we have another sword. So swords, the mind is active this month. Mercury did move into Gemini, so that's your 12th house, and that's going to be a lot of maybe communication through dreams, the subconscious, seeing signs, but getting like insight before anybody else does. It's like you get a preview. You have insider information this month. And house 1, the self. So Jupiter is moving into your first house. This would be expansion or redevelopment or change of self with the Knight of Wands too. That could be this transformation. It's going from, like, I'm looking at the ugly duckling to the swan rather rapidly. No, so from this very small page of coins to a queen, that's a fast transformation. It's like it feels ordained. It feels definitely divinely timed with Venus transiting your sign. The 4th house being Cancer as well. Family and home, motherhood. This could be somebody becoming a mother for the first time. And we have Sagittarius. I seek. Okay, the full moon on the 29th is in Sagittarius. And this is the Temperance card. So alchemy, transmutation, dare to be free. This is you declaring your freedom this month too, from somebody who maybe used to tell you what to do, whether that be a boss, a partner, but adventurous, free spirit, idealistic. Yeah, the swords coming in, your ideas, bold optimism, independent, philosophical, wise, funny, blunt, restless, and reckless. So a lot of Uranian energy coming through too, just innovative, new ideas. Nobody's ever seen this side of you before, or nobody's ever thought of this like you have. All right, one more off the top. The moon, light of the feminine. So with the Queen of Corns there, re-emphasizing that in the inner wisdom as well. Deepest feelings and thoughts, inner world, instincts, intuition, needs, habits, moods, yin, feminine energy, worry, or anxiety. But the High Priestess showing up here. So again, your ideas are money this month. Either that or you're going to come up with an idea to free yourself from a circumstance or a situation, maybe getting out of debt. There is a creative solution here, or you just got lucky. All right, let's check out your little guide deck here. What more information can we get for Cancer? A lot of things are going to make sense this month. And cutting the cord here, I see too. Unhealthy attachment, outdated energy. Yeah, it's with your first house. You're completely redefining your image and how you present yourself to the world. So you're cutting the cord from any past self behavior. Maybe, like I said, the way you used to dress, or just even your mindset. With Jupiter expanding your 12th house, your subconscious is getting reprogrammed. Self-expression, yeah, the self. You're going to be peacocking this month. You're going to be looking good. Shadow. Cutting cords with your shadow. All those past versions of yourself that don't serve you anymore. I mean, they talk about integrating the shadow. Yes, you honor it. You carry it with you, but you don't choose to express that shadow anymore. You truly express the divine self, what you're supposed to be, which is kindness. I think you're going to, I mean, you've always been a compassionate person, Cancer. You're very aware of other people's emotions. So kindness, pass it on, that saying, or, you know, what costs absolutely nothing, being kind. So if that's the gift you can give to others this month, you'll be blessed even more for it. And one more, true love. Okay, so you may be open for true love or experiencing true love. This feels like a higher octave with the blue color there, throat, crown, chakra. It feels like true love from source, honestly. Your guides are showering praise on you for committing to this new self, to having the courage to step out. And you know, we put ourselves at the mercy of other people's judgments every day, like when we go put ourselves out there. And if somebody meets you with hostility, you're just going to kill them with kindness. You know, thanks for the comment. Have a blessed day, whatever. But you're going to be exuding true love because your angels are pouring that out on you. And how do you not share that? Romance. All right, so there may be some romance for you with Jupiter conjunct Venus. Absolutely. That could be a theme. Both benefics in your sign, and perhaps this person comes in after, you know, you put yourself out there. All right, let's get a Journey of Love card for Cancer. Since they have this true love and romance, we have the Mother Prays, more blue and orange, or blue, purple, indigo, but higher chakras, a mental connection with all the swords. This is like a gathering of ideas of great minds. And that could be where this comes from. But the Mother Prays, that's, you know, praying that you'll take a risk instead of selling yourself short or playing small. So your mother, if she's passed over, or your grandmother, some feminine guide is trying to nudge you towards this path to get you out there. And then we have the Rings of Time. So I mentioned divine timing, and there's another 44. So fourth house, Cancer. This is your energy this month. It's being emphasized. I'm thinking Four of Wands, which is marriage, commitment, establishing a home. And that could be also in your future. And underneath we have the Heart Fire, echoing that Knight of Wands energy, like stepping out in a big way. But following your passion, absolutely. Letting your passion guide you to success here in the Queen of Coins. So how about an energy card for all the blues? Yeah. Throat and third eye. are going to be strong this month. We have all tied up. Okay. That's what the cords are for, right? The cord cutting the cord. You may have held yourself back for a long time out of, you know, fear of judgment. It's a totally normal thing to have. And then victory. Yeah, so victory over that fear of rejection or just not caring. Because, I mean, you don't feel alone when you have your guides and your angels pouring love out on you. But even if it's a victory over yourself, over your fears, which came up in the moon here as the negative side, but victory indeed. With the Six of Swords is kind of a victory. If after the Five of Swords, after a defeat, it's like moving on to the next stage. And then we have underneath Healer of the Ages. Because people could be coming to you for advice or healing, where you have someone like that in your presence. That could be the true love. This person could be a healer. More Cancer energy, heart energy, Leo even. Sag, Scorpio, Aries. All right, let's see. Message from your guides. Cancer. Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. So the swords are making another appearance. Shield Maiden looks exactly like this Princess of Swords, in my opinion. Make plans and focus. I think you've been doing that. Like, you've been focusing on this vision for yourself for a while. I think it's just encouraging you to keep going. And under we have the Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. You're definitely going to be feeling... But that's part of the creation. We need force and form. We don't just need the spell book. We need the emotion behind it when you're invoking those words. So with your voice being so important this month, it's important to remember to have passion behind those words in order to see it manifest. Okay. So your magic cards for this June. Happy love, joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Yeah, so I met the Four of Wands. That's a gathering of family and friends, celebration, and the festival. Yeah, so there's going to be a party in your home or, you know, with the people from your home. Creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. And the power symbol. Yeah, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. The self-care of the Queen of Coins that came out. Be militant about your self-care, like Capricorn. Saturn insists on a routine, a regimen, something to keep the structure and the foundation in order, because you can't build upon that without first securing the base. All right. Wisdom Oracle for you. All right. Cancer. By the book. Oh, man, I was just talking about, you know, keeping it in line. Keeping everything, your I's dotted, your T's crossed. With Mercury being in Gemini, you know, things can get rushed, overlooked, overthought. But there's scrutiny that's required here when reviewing plans, schedules, order of operations, but doing things by the book is what's going to keep you stable through any of these emotional ups and downs with the Knight of Wands that you're experiencing. And a change in the wind, number 12, 11, 12. So progression. 11th and 12th is leading right up to our new moon on the 15th. And 13th, 14th, 15th, we have that Jupiter-Venus moon conjunction. So change in the wind. I think you'll find it's noticeable by the middle of the month, whatever these changes you've been implementing are. Okay, so how about a moon card for you? I just like to use all the decks. I hope you don't mind, Cancer. So, let's see. We have nourishment, yeah. So nutrition and Virgo energy, 6th house, maybe activated this month by something. Maybe Mars and Aries, but I guess like a strict diet or just paying attention to what you're feeding your mind, body, and soul. We have protection under here. That became apparent with the 444. That's just reiterating it. In your journeys, you are protected. Okay. alchemy card for you, Cancer. And we'll start to wrap this up. What message? There's a fly buzzing around. Flies are symbols of Saturn, too. He must have snuck in when I opened the door. So, all right. We have blood. Sanguis, 37. So, lifeblood. And that's very similar to this heart fire. So, maybe you'll be exercising a lot, too. You know, getting the blood pumping. Or something will get your blood pumping or fired up or passionate about something. 37, and we have, yeah, Mars, Aries underneath. So a strong surge of masculine energy apparent in that Knight of Wands in the beginning. Let's see what the blood has to say. The pulse, physicality, the body. Have no fear of the blood card. It indicates a remembrance of the vital mammalian nature of our existence. Drop by drop, the sacred elixir reminds us that we are alive, not merely thinking beings, but being beings. When blood is the prima materia in the laboratory, the alchemist uses the physical body as a starting point, building a relationship to the container that houses the spirit. Through the limbs, the organs, the cells, we witness the miracle of life, one heartbeat at a time. Eventually, the alchemist naturally partakes in practices that support and nourish blood's life-giving nature. We learn to honor and protect it. In alchemy, red is the color of vitality and radiance. With this card, you've dropped into the vital realm. Sing the blood's praises. Red's also the final stage of alchemy, black, white, yellow, red. So something's finished. Something is ready to, again, be presented here in the Queen of Coins. It's evolved from the page. But also this is telling me to purify the blood, cleanse the blood. So maybe some of you need to get blood work drawn to keep track of your changes and your progress. I'm not a doctor, but not medical advice. But maybe there's something, you know, with your heart health that you need to track. All right. Let's see. Anything else for, little angel messages, please, for our Cancer friends. We have intention and release. We mentioned the new moon being a good point to get that clarity. So set your intention on what you want to release. The cord cutting, remember? The Ace of Swords and all the swords coming up. Do that, you know, as the moon wanes. What are we cutting out of our life? Strength is coming to replace it. Okay. And one more. Let's see. Willingness. Yeah. So there's a strong will and intention. There's a lot of strong focus. Maybe that's what all the swords are too. Make plans and focus. So plan on what, you know, set up a timeline for yourself. By this date, I'm going to have this accomplished or whatever. But you do have the strength to push through any kind of challenge or resistance that you come up against, because it's inevitable. There's going to be that voice in your head that tells you to quit. But this is encouraging you to remain willing, focused, and you will be given the strength to push through. Okay, thank you so much, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care, have a wonderful June, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo, and welcome to your June 2026 forecast, as well as the transit of Jupiter through Cancer starting June 2nd, and it will enter your sign October 31st of this year. There is a new moon happening on the 15th at 29 degrees Taurus in Sidereal, and then a full moon happening in Sagittarius at 15 degrees on the 29th of June. So any placements you have around 15 degrees Leo will be harmoniously trined by this full moon, giving it power and support. And then, so Cancer with Jupiter conjunct Venus in Cancer, June 9th as well, may open up deep healing opportunities for you, as this will be happening in your 12th house from the moon or ascendant for Leo. And that, again, could get some down to the core problems, core issues of a problem. So let's see what you can expect. Venus conjunct Jupiter, both benefics, can also bring love, especially in the house of the 4th house of the mother, the home, the family. So you could see a deeply spiritual relationship become available to you as well. And this card lifted off at the last minute. Let's start with that, the Chariot, Cancer, okay? So it is an important time for you. This person could be a Cancer, or this period from June till October 31st is going to accelerate your spiritual development. We have the 8 of Coins, Virgo, The Ace of Coins. Dominion, Mars in Aries. Mars currently is in Aries and works with Mars in Capricorn. Okay, so we have this masculine energy here and earth and water, feminine here. So there is, with the number 2 card, there some kind of partnership, possibly with another fire sign. Somebody you work with perhaps, but feeling like you found a diamond in the rough. There's a golden like award, or it feels like a reward, a gift to be able to work with this person every day or see them every day. With Virgo there, again, it could be somebody who comes into your workplace or who happens to be a coworker. Let's see what else we can learn from this reading. All right. Did I look under the deck? Nope. So it's the Princess of Swords, Page of Swords, news and information, communication. We do have also Mercury transiting Gemini for June, and it's going direct, so that's fast-moving communication. Could be a lot of short-distance travel with the number 3 here showing up, Gemini's house, communication and travel, especially with the Chariot. So could you be looking out at your options with, you know, where you want to travel with your newfound wealth? Is it a bonus you received or dividends paid out? Let's see. Looks like, you know, as a result of your work, we have Mars, light of power, burn or be burned. So I'm going to put this with all the Mars energy that's showing up here. Energy, passion, action, sex, desire, determination, ambition, aggression, competition, conflict, confrontational, and war. The Tower. So we just had that blue moon in Scorpio at 15 degrees, and that's ruled by Mars. So this could be, that could have been a turning point, a power shift for you from 2 to 3, 2nd to 3rd gear, things speeding up. But there's a lot of ambition and momentum behind you right now. And let's see what we have. 2nd house, yeah, value. Abundance is your birthright. Income, assets, earnings, possessions, security, material desire, basic value, self-worth, how we handle money. So that's Taurus, ruled by Venus, and we'll have Venus conjunct Jupiter, which should expand our wealth here temporarily in the middle of June. So let's see what happens. And we have Orion, the wise healer, ancient gifts, ancient wisdom, mind-heart connection, mental energy, nature lover, free spirit, healer, yang dominant, colorful weirdo. Colorful weirdo. So for those of you in a partnership or getting into a partnership, this person may be really unusual, Aquarian, Uranian, but also very smart. They could be smart with money, somebody who gives good advice. Or this could be you with the yang energy or the partner. All right. Underneath the deck, we have 3rd house, communication. Yeah, Gemini. Master your mind. Communication, mind, thoughts, ideas, perception, writing, speaking, social media, siblings, neighbors, short trips. The Lovers and the Magician, so are both ruled by Gemini and Mercury. So the Lovers coming up, another theme of partnership, and Magician, manifestation of this Ace of Coins after, I think, a long period of tending to this project or this garden, slowly building and adding to a stack or adding to using obviously your intelligence to make this happen. And cosmic upgrades just fell down there. So water connection, there's Cancer, Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, animals, nature, sensitive, creative, artist, peacekeeper, cosmic purpose, healer, and music. Okay, so that feels like the more feminine energy, the blue, the water, and like currency flowing. You may be traveling to a place with water over oceans or to like a remote island in the Pacific, South America, Atlantic, like Caribbean, Mediterranean, something like that. And then we have the 9th house. So that just showed up. Sagittarius, the full moon on the 15th is Sagittarius purpose. 9th house, long distance travels. But exploration, curiosity. So there's like with the Dominion card, it's typically a dude standing there looking between 2 wands and looking out over the ocean. He's got the world in his hand. He's got all these opportunities it's like, where do I want to go next? Where do I want to conquer next? Or what task do I want to take on next? because it's like you found the key to this formula that's going to make money grow on trees. So congratulations. And that's through probably partnership with somebody else or two other people communicating these ideas or sharing ideas, and together you're able to grow this wealth, which again may enable you to travel. Let's get your Journey of Love card. All right, these two seem stuck together, so I'll take it. The Light Field and Angel of Jupiter, Awaken. Okay, yeah, Jupiter is playing a big part. Again, awakening your subconscious, your 12th house, your spiritual gifts. Wasn't that student, master, teacher? Yeah. So that could be what's awakening here with Sirius energy. Well, Sirius is the dog star, right? And that's at 15 degrees of Cancer. So perhaps when Jupiter reaches its halfway point, when would that be? 2.5 months, so mid-August. Of course, we have, Leo, the Lionsgate, 8/8 coming up. All right, so that August new moon may also be very important to you too. That might be when a good time for you to travel as well. Or you may find yourself traveling to the light field, through the light field. There's definitely a lifting of a weight here. It's like getting somebody else to hold up the arch for a while, or what is it, Atlas, who had the world on his shoulder. It's like, here, hold this for a second. You're able to like get this burden off your back. These worries seem to be unloaded, which is a great sign. So the light field. This oracle brings you guidance that you're connecting with a field of awareness that is real and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear, and that those that have passed on or will pass on in the future have always been safe held in love. It is also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of space and time. So these could be some of your ancestors from these star systems, if that's something you resonate with. And then we're going to look at Jupiter, because that's such a prominent theme this month, obviously. And Cancer being your first card out. So, Angel of Jupiter, Awaken. Beloved, within you there is a magnificence, greatness, and ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. This Mars energy. Awaken that keen spirit, hungry for adventure and new experience. The 9th house and the 3rd house. The Angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. More freedom energy. Aquarius, Uranus. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? A smile, a yes to make that offer of adventure, sharing vulnerability without fear, taking a step forward into the unknown, daring to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you, as you. Embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream, beloved. The bold divine nature within you is calling you to great things. Now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a message of guidance for you. You are being given an opportunity that can change your life. The Ace of Coins, the gift. Don't hesitate to accept it. If you're acting with more assertiveness, more generosity, more playfulness, and more spiritual authority than usual, this is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within you. If you're experiencing some havoc in your life or a sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as affirmation. Yes, there is change, and yes, you are outgrowing what once was, so you will be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next stage of growth. So yeah, growing in stages here, like that tree, first we start as a seedling, then just a sapling, and then, some fruit trees, they take years before they actually bear fruit. So there's maybe 2 or 3 years where you've been working on something where it's not, 1, 2, 3. I just noticed that. All things in a row. Progression, of course. Things are growing slow and steady, but that's the best kind of growth. It's the most stable growth. But it may take years for this harvest to come, but it feels like your harvest is coming with the 2nd house money there. And value. Someone's going to value your work for sure, or they want to invest in your work, or collaborate with you, support you. They see your light. They see what you're doing. True love. Okay. That could be another gift that's coming with Jupiter conjunct Venus in the middle of this month. So pay attention to who comes into your life that 2nd or 3rd week. And abundance, yeah. Gift of coins, money. Change. Things are changing for you. The harvest season, the fall. These fruits are ripe and ready to fall off the tree. Or perhaps that's when you'll see the peak of your gift or your wealth come in, because we have Jupiter in Cancer through the fall season until October 31st. So if it doesn't happen this month, you still got 2 months to go, right? 3 months. And then it's in your sign, and then it's going to remake your entire identity or expand your reputation. Okay. Energy card for Leo. Student, master, teacher. Some of you might be going back to school with, Mercury and Gemini and this showing up. You may relocate for school or travel for school or an apprenticeship, some kind of learning, hands-on learning. And then we have Archangel Michael, the first chakra. So that's the root. All right, security, stability, strong roots that you've established here. Again, through your routine, it's fiercely protected and defended. Any other message for Leo, the thinking woman? All right, so your ideas again. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, the mind. All is mind. So, yeah, there might be, like I said, study opportunities to study. You could take a free course online. But there's an expansion of knowledge here that is going to help you expand your wealth. Maybe you're taking a trading course or an investment, seminar, something like that. But you're doing your research. You're being very practical about it with Saturn here, the ruler of Capricorn. And then we have underneath fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. All right, so that would be your throat chakra. Your announcement, your communication again coming out. There's something important that you have to say, or you're going to get very important advice, very good advice. About with the thinking woman, there's something to think about. That's their teacher-student dynamic. Somebody's teaching, you're listening, you're thinking, you're becoming the new master. All right, the void, and the new moon. Number 1, dark moon. So all things are possible. 1-1. 11. Could be seeing 11-11 or 1-1-1 a lot as confirmation that the soil is fertile. It's time to plant. It's time to start. And so this new moon is going to be at 29 degrees Taurus. It's almost right inside Gemini. And maybe you have placements in Gemini. But we'll have that new moon then in July in Gemini. Okay, underneath the deck, acceptance. Yeah, I feel like whatever you apply yourself to or for, maybe like that internship or that job, or, someone's going to accept you. You're going to be accepted into a program. Maybe that's a fear that's been holding you back, or, just not wanting to do the work or go through the process of filling out applications. And yeah, it's tough, but, it'll pay off if that's what's... But, or your loan applications accepted for your business, something like that. And also the number 4 showing up there for the 4th house, Cancer. Or, this could be that romantic connection too. Somebody, their hands coming together, either in a handshake or in an intimate gesture. That could be the first contact you have with this person. Okay, the Wisdom Oracle for you, Leo. Change in the wind. Okay. So Cancer also got this, and you got Cancer heavy in this reading. That might be the person you're dealing with, or just reiterating this time frame if you feel drawn to watch that reading. But change in direction, because we had 2 options here. You have a fork in the road, and you're choosing which way to go. But it's with great guidance, mentorship, and leadership, and you're going to catch the wind in your sails, and it's going to propel you into a direction of success. Wow, fork in the road's underneath. I didn't see that, I swear, before I even described the 2 of Wands as that. Okay, let's get our magic cards, Leo. And that fork in the road's number 13, so that's the death card, Scorpio. Mentioned that full moon, the blue moon on the 31st of May. Might have been the fork in the road where you decided to put down one path and pick up another. Change in the wind. Okay, we have the festival. Creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. I think that could be a celebration or you partying overseas or on your vacation, on your journey. Love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, and partner. Okay, someone, again, who accepts you for everything you have and everything you offer. Fairy magic, respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. And one more, achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. Yeah, that's the Ace of Coins. That's the reward. An announcement could be made too about your reward. It could be published in a paper or article or something. There's going to be something noteworthy being spread about your achievement. Air, yeah, through the airwaves. Work with the element of air to cut through the core of a situation and see the truth. Thinking woman. Okay. What else can we give? Oh, yeah, some alchemy for our Leos. Get this out of the way. Gets crowded here, but I like it that way. Okay. Leo, you have Contra Naturam, against nature. That could be with the fork in the road, the change in the wind, and the thinking woman. So breaking pattern, breaking thought patterns, going against your nature or what you would normally do. And then we have iron underneath. This has also more Mars energy. So I'm going to read about that. Mars is currently exalted in Aries, so it's fire on fire. I think a lot of us are feeling this stirring in the energy field. So magnetism and reliability. Iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Over the centuries, we have come to utilize this metal extensively, mixing it with carbon to create steel bridges, highways, and infrastructures that span across the globe. In alchemy, iron is associated with the planet Mars and shares its qualities of being strong, assertive, and potentially warlike. When the iron card appears, there is a call to rely on the reliable, what truly supports you. What have you already built? Well, the Three of Coins, you're building. Iron dwells at the center of Earth, so when all else feels lost, go inward. There is a deep magnet there that pulls you toward what is steady and true. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in place. Didn't I mention like a secure base or foundry here? The root chakra, yeah, and that's red too, Archangel Michael. So I just remembered then, every placement that you have in Leo is going to be harmoniously trined by Mars in Aries. So that means this full moon at the end of the month on the 29th, you may be under a grand fire trine or a loose one. So that's exciting. And then this is a trine, right? This is a triangle of fire, even though it's ruled by Capricorn. That could be the timing. Then in esoteric wisdom traditions, Mars and iron are associated with the gallbladder. It may be time to contemplate what can be broken down and what must remain. Watch for planetary pairings between all the metals and planet cards. Iron and Mars appearing in one reading indicate a great conflict looms. Okay, so yeah, a great conflict might loom. An inner conflict is what I feel with all the mental energy here about which way to go. I mean, look at the fork in the road. It's a signpost with many confusing directions. There's a monkey who's been associated with a trickster energy like Mercury. There's a llama wearing deer antlers. It's a deception. This says pull. It's not a door. It could be push or pull, but iron is saying it's magnet. You can magnetize it. So magnetizing your energy to this new direction, this change in the wind, it's like you have this conflict, but which one are you feeling more pulled towards? Because if you have to choose between the Two of Wands, should I go left or should I go right? You're going to be pulled in the right direction. Starting, I believe, in the new moon in the middle of the month. Let's see what your angels and ancestors can add to this. And we'll start to wrap it up for Leo. All right. right, we got the Hermit, retreat and recharge. That might be something you have to do. Go to your quiet place, the void, the dark moon, go within, like the Iron card was saying. Be drawn to your core in order to trust your intuition in which direction to go. And the Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. That's the High Priestess. So you know. You'll know when it's time to know. And don't worry about choosing the wrong thing or the wrong direction, because it's impossible. As long as you're attuned to yourself like that. All right. Yeah, let's get these. Angel cards for you. Leo. Understanding. That comes with mastering your mind. Vision. Clarity. That's, again, vision of the direction and seeing the change in the winds. Risk. Okay, yeah. So that's contra naturam, against your nature. Maybe you're more a practical, stable, kind of not much of a risk taker, but this is telling you take the risk. Go against that nature and go with the path that feels unsafe. You don't know why you're drawn to it, but you are. It's because it's scary, because you haven't tried that method before, or you haven't done anything like that before. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading, Leo. Thanks for tuning in. Have a beautiful June, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your June forecast. Also for Jupiter transiting Cancer from June 2nd until October 31st when it moves into Leo. So right now it's going to be transiting your 11th house of friendships, partnerships, social media, new ideas, astrology, mysticism. So things are, your social groups are expanding, or your exposure, your image is getting out there more. But you'll be meeting a whole new group of people. All right, let's see what we can expect. Oh, we also have Jupiter conjunct Venus. That's going to be June 9th, exactly. And then the 13th and 14th, we have Jupiter, Venus, and the Moon conjunct right before the new moon at 29 degrees Taurus. So anything you have in the late degrees of Virgo will be harmoniously trined by this new moon, and that's sidereal astrology, of course. So we also have a full moon happening on the 29th, and that'll be at 15 degrees Sagittarius. So with Jupiter conjunct Venus, relationships can deepen, heal, expand, or become established. So let's see what's in store for you, Virgo. Okay, so really? 7? All right. Let's look. Underneath, we've got the Knight of Wands. That's Leo, Sag, Aries energy. Fast moving. What is going on this month? The Sun. All right, more fire, more passion. So the Sun is currently in Taurus right now, harmoniously trining any placements you have in sidereal Virgo. But this is Gemini. This is a return to innocence, youth, freedom, joy, creativity, feeling fresh and renewed. We have the Moon now, Sun and Moon. So masculine, feminine, being balanced, or divine partnership. Light is being brought to a situation where there formerly was none. We have dominion, which is Mars in Aries. Mars currently is in Aries and going to be exacerbated by this Knight of Wands. So fiery passion. This could be a relationship coming in hot, or just being a whole new door of opportunities coming open. Sun in Aries, so this could be an Aries individual, Leo, or Sag, but that is like a reward coming in for you, the Aeon. So this is a new age with the Judgment card. Something is coming to a close, giving way to a brand new door that's opening. You could be seeing 1111 or 111 a lot. Death card. So all these major arcana coming up for you, Virgo. The huge change of an age, a change of an aeon, or a change in power too. Leadership at your workplace or within your relationships. And the Princess of Discs. So Page of Coins, a new seed being planted. Now with the Sun and the Moon coming together, that tells me Taurus, new moon, 15th. So that's when you plant the seed of possibilities. That's going to change everything. and it's going to change and grow rapidly. And since this is sneaking out, the Magician under there, we do have Mercury transiting Gemini as well this month, and that's exalted there. It's the sign it rules. So your mind might be racing a lot with possibilities, with ideas, but you appear to be full of energy. It's like you're ready for this change. It's not sneaking up on you. It's not punishing you. It's like, let's go. So let's get your astro deck here. What else for Virgo? All right. And one more. This one came out first. So 6th house. This is your house, Virgo. Work and health, everyday life matters. Job, coworkers, daily routine, lifestyle, habits, responsibility, duty, service, helpfulness, diet, health, pets, bad luck. So the Magician and the Hermit, again, ruled by Mercury, which is exalted in Gemini at the moment. And then we'll have the 9th house, 6 and 9. So that's the symbol for Cancer. And June 9th is when we have Venus conjunct Jupiter. Personal and spiritual growth, belief, exploration, curiosity, adventure, truth-seeking, wisdom, higher education, publishing, and long-distance travel. And you're ready to go. Your bags are packed. Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're done with a cycle here. Like the Aeon is suggesting that you've decided on a new direction, and that's your focus this month. And you're completely grounded in your decision. There's no impulsivity here, even though the Knight of Wands might try to portray that. It's more of a excitement, ambition. Mars, there we go. More fire energy to complement this Mars in Aries. Burn or be burned. It's the Tower. So Tower and Death are very similar in energy. There's a huge, massive change. This was karmically written for you. It's in your chart somewhere. That this is the time between June and October 31st where you're going to see your life take a completely different turn. One that I don't think you were expecting with the moon there, it being kept a secret from you, but like all's going to come to light, perhaps by that full moon at the end of the month on the 29th in a fire sign of Sagittarius, 9th house. But you may be planning a trip for the end of the month. And then we have Mercury, communication. So that's the mind, and we had Saturn under there as I started to shuffle. Light of the teacher, the right action, discipline, structure, commitment, obstacles, restrictions, rules, delays, karma, life lessons, tangible rewards. So yeah, that's the end of this. So Saturn is saying congratulations. The World card that comes right after Judgment, right? You're ready to change your inner world. Or you've changed your inner world, and that's what's helping you change what your outer world looks like. It started with a change in how you think about your options or direction. Maybe shifting just to a more positive mindset. You may have been under a difficult Saturn transit lately, whether an opposition or a square. But we're saying that's coming to an end. And you're going to feel so much lighter and more inspired and optimistic with the sun starting your reading. So you're Queen, yeah, new beginnings, new moon, 15th. Ready to walk through that door, walk out a door perhaps, and the void, another new moon. Dark moon, where to plant this page of coins. So grow where you're planted. Where are you trying to plant yourself? Or where are you going to plant yourself next? Because you've outgrown the pot that you were previously planted in. It's time to go from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom. You know what I mean? You need to expand. And how about a Journey of Love card for Virgo? I'm going to look at that later. And we're going to take a look at our Wisdom Oracle here. Okay, time for a nap. The moon there. Okay, so yeah, when things get hectic, or if you get overstressed or overstimulated, take a nap, sleep on it. Maybe that's another thing, like don't be impulsive about which direction you're going. We have across the waters, so well, that's 9th house. So some of you could be journeying far and wide, or you're going to need your rest for the long journey ahead as well. Underneath the deck, we have acceptance, number 55. 2 5s always indicating change. This looks like a proposal here, so you could accept an offer, a proposal to travel far, travel with somebody, or to a new destination, a new job. We have soulmates under there. Well, that goes well with the Jupiter and Venus. It looks like you'll be meeting a soulmate this month or the next 3 months, 3 or 4 months. While Jupiter's in Cancer, there's a key to a heart there. So there's a missing piece that's being found. But the connection is strong. Very passionate, you know, with all this Mars and Aries and the Knight of Wands showing up. Saturn, soulmates. Contracts too. Oh, 222, the purpose showed up. Keep the faith, balance, harmony, trust, standing strong. So that's like the 2 of Cups, which is ruled by Venus in Cancer. And then, so we'll keep the soulmates there. We have partnership, right? Somebody who makes you feel young, carefree, energetic, excited about life. This doesn't have to be a romantic interest. It could be just a partner, a new best friend. Did we just become best friends? Yeah. So, or it could be siblings. You could be traveling with siblings too. The 3rd house came out. Mercury. Neighbors, siblings, community. I mentioned with the Jupiter in your 11th, you'll be expanding your network and your friend group. So amongst them is at least one soulmate. Wisdom, the owl. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Gemini again going with the mind. Virgo, the Magician, the Lovers. Yeah, so there's definitely a mental connection here. Somebody really admires your wisdom, your life experience, all the places you've gone. That could be something you're sharing too, telling stories about your travels, what you've learned. Or you could be listening to them tell stories of that, of their experience. Focus. And then we have the octopus with the little heart in the bubble. So he's got love on the brain. Somebody's like very focused their attention on you. Once you step into their world or existence or their life, or maybe join their group, they're going to immediately be drawn to you. They're going to see you enter the room and know, they'll see your light. They're going to know that you're somebody they want to be around. Okay. Virgo. Healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Well, that's what Cancer is for. It's an emotional water sign. So this person can help heal your heart or vice versa. Your love is just healing in general, anybody who's in the presence of it. And prosperity, prosperous business with riches and success. And that's the 6th house. That's your work, your everyday income. All 3 rays of light. And now this looks very similar to the 3 of Wands. Virtue. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. We started with male and female energies. So there's maybe a 3rd element here that's being obtained this month or the next 4 months. That could be the creation of a 3rd person too. So if you don't want that, protect against it. But with this passion here, yeah, it's very, very possible with masculine and feminine energies uniting. One more. Happy love, joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So it looks like a very prosperous and enjoyable, stress-free June for you, Virgo. So I'm thankful for that for you. Okay. What do your angels and ancestors have to add? All right, Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. That has to do with that Mars energy, like backing off, like virtue. I keep coming back to that word, like honorable, you know, virtuous, somebody who stands by their principle, but you don't need to convince others that you're right. It's just, you know, in your heart that I'm at peace with that. The peacekeeping is happening within you. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. So yeah, let this person in or let these people in. Don't be so guarded against, you know, despite any past experience. You're not being led to slaughter here. It's a group of supportive individuals that are going to help you express yourself here with the peacock feathers, right? And they're going to praise your self-expression. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So this is very earthy, Taurian energy as well. The new moon on the 29th. Fertile soils to grow these beautiful apples. And this looks very much like your energy, Virgo. Standing under the tree, being with nature. Finding peace within. I'm just getting an image of the Buddha sitting under the tree, achieving enlightenment, having that inner peace. And just attaining that wisdom as a result. Like finding peace is wisdom to you. Maybe that's something that this partner can share with you, how they found peace, how they let certain things go. All right. Your energy oracle, please, for Virgo. Energy oracle for Virgo. Okay, we have hostilities, number 26. The sword, looks like the Knight of Swords. I mentioned passion and a willingness and readiness to let go and like cut cords with the Death card here and the Aeon. This feels more like protection, the Protection Guardian here. Somebody's like defending, putting up a wall so people from your past can't come back and try and either tempt you or deceive you. This is a guardian here. And Goddess of the Moon. All right, so that goes with our moon card here. Also the High Priestess, that intuition. And underneath, carrying connections, the 14th. Jupiter, Venus, Moon, all conjunct, 14th, 13th, and 14th. New moon, the 15th. All right, so carrying connections, soulmates, 14 and 41. Look at that, mirrors, reflections. And look under that deck. Okay, I pulled up another card. There's more birds. Y'all could either connect over birds or you both have strong air placements, whether rising moon or sun. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But, you know, penguins mate for life. These two owls, they're images, reflections of each other. Just like 4114. Loyal heart. And this could be a Leo, too. Leo ruling the sun, and they rule the heart. This person is the king or queen of your heart. So, yeah, and they could be your protector, too. Or you could protect each other. Just your union in general generates an energy field that no evil can penetrate or tear apart. Okay. Let's see an alchemy card for Virgo. Okay, against nature. So this might be somebody atypical that you wouldn't normally date. Some people it might be somebody of the same sex or a different race or a different religion, but something that people outwardly may say, oh, that's not right. That's against nature, or an age gap or something. But you know the truth. So synchronicity, yeah. This meeting is synchronous for sure. And you're both in harmony with one another. We mentioned harmony of masculine and feminine energies with the moon and the sun. So everything's syncing up. Your energies are syncing up to create this meeting. I'm going to read about Goddess of the Moon. If I can find the deck. All right. Here we go. Number 52. Intuition, going within. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have had an idea for great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You are always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. Okay, so creativity, inspiration coming through. Okay, what are we missing? I think it's our angel cards. So let's go ahead and get those, and we'll wrap this up for you, Virgo. Well, that's a lot. Tenderness, let's take the ones that are right side up. Depth, purification, so there's that water energy through Cancer. Deep cleaning, tenderness. All right, we're going to look at the rest. Creativity, 5th house, Leo again. Honesty, there's the reflection, the mirror. Peace, yeah, there's a lot of peace to be found this month. We mentioned the Buddha under the tree with enlightenment, right? All right, and maybe that was the last reading. I don't know. Authenticity, yeah. So how I mentioned when you walk into a room, this person is going to be focused on you because of your authenticity, for your authentic heart. They see that heart shining. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Libra, and welcome to your June 2026 reading. So this will be for Moon or Ascendant Libra, as I use the sidereal system. So we're also looking at the time frame that Jupiter will be transiting Cancer, and that's from June 2nd until October 31st. So if your Moon or Ascendant's in Libra, you'll have this Jupiter expansion happening in your 10th house. Jupiter's also going to conjunct Venus on the 9th, and then exactly with Jupiter, Venus, and Moon on the 13th and 14th, right before our new moon on the 15th at 29 degrees of Taurus. And then followed by the full moon on the 15 degrees Sagittarius on the 29th. We also have Mars exalted in Aries, and then Mercury exalted in its home sign of Gemini. So there's a lot of fire and air and passion moving around. And let's see where energies are ending up for you, Libra. Okay. 10 of Coins, the wealth card. Well, we can't argue with that. The scales getting paid out. Let's see what how we get this wealth. The scales, Libra. Okay, adjustment, number 8. So tax adjustment or some kind of adjusting to a new income bracket, tax bracket. Wow. Okay. So, or a payout, maybe from a lawsuit or a settlement of some sort, the Aeon. So that's a judgment coming to give justice, to give compensation or reparations, or, for pain, for suffering, for something that you, maybe wrongful termination. But there's something you're being compensated for all the suffering and the turmoil. This Knight of Wands keeps showing up. So Mars is significant here. Mars in Gemini is the 9 of Swords. So hurtful words even. Somebody wasn't too kind to you, but satiety here, the 10 of Cups, fulfillment. 10 of Coins and 10 of Cups in the same reading is pretty phenomenal. 10 plus 10 is 20. Balancing emotion and wealth. So earth and water are both feminine. Receiving this kind of soothing balm after this painful experience here. And the 6 of Coins, success. Yeah. Whatever it is that's been challenging you or gnawing away at you, eating at you, somebody's been doubting you, or this could be your own inner voice. There's an overcoming here because the 6 of Coins is typically depicted by scales as well. Something is, this is your month to see the justice that you value so much, Libra. There is, maybe this is a painful ex, because we have Jupiter and Venus conjunct. There's going to come up things with intimate relationships and partnerships. And by, I think, shutting the door on this experience, it's opened you up to receive the feminine energy of love and fulfillment, and even your health is being restored. You're getting something back. you know, finally, for what you put out there all those years. And maybe you have 9 exes, you know, that you've tried over and over and again to make things work, and they were never appreciated, or they ended badly. But now this is saying justice is coming for you. A new age is coming for you, a new partner. So I'm going to grab this Journey of Love card for Libra. Whatever it is, it's well deserved. This happiness is yours to enjoy. So riding the cosmic wave, water sign Cancer, a wave of emotion pouring over you, and dance of the planets. So that has to do with cycles of time and conjunctions, though, too, as they come together, Venus and Jupiter. This could be a water sign that you're getting together with, Libra, or it could just be that emotional wave. It's like putting out the fire of the Knight of Wands. It's soothing. It's harmonious. But a lot of pink here for the heart chakra. Love, Leo, Cancer, Sag, Aries. Also the water, yeah, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, so underneath we have soft. Yeah, it's a soft landing. You're being treated with softness, kindness. You know, these swords have been removed. It's like there's cotton balls being placed on the wounds, you know, something soft or aloe, soothing, but it feels healing, reparative. Your wisdom oracle. Riding the cosmic wave and the wealth card. I just got that image of, what was his name? Was it Scrooge McDuck? You know, he had that vault full of gold coins and he would surf on it. I don't know if anyone remembers those cartoons. What was it? DuckTales or something. It's showing my age. But I just remember them surfing on a pile of gold coins. That kind of feels like what you're doing here. Change in the wind. Yeah, I mentioned we're shifting from this pain and hurt into this new direction, and you're just going with the flow. This air and water, change in the wind, being an air sign, you know. And the zebra being black and white. If something was negative, now it's positive. It's balanced. And we have a message in a bottle. On the 15th, perhaps, that new moon. Somebody might reach out, try to communicate with you. That could be this Knight of Wands. Or the message in a bottle. That could be that judgment that's coming. Some papers in the mail. With a decree or decision. So watch out for that. There's a telephone in there too. So phone calls could happen. All right, let's go ahead and go on to our energy oracle. Oracle. Okay, walking away. You're riding the cosmic wave away from this painful burning situation. Closing the gates, you know, putting up protection, foundation. Closing a door on that chapter of your life with the Aeon. Okay. And first chakra, Archangel Michael, the root, security, stability. So wherever you're coming from, this feeling of uncertainty, anxiety, constantly moving or shifting, there's going to be putting down roots, establishing a foundation with the Ten of Coins, blossoming abundance. I'd say so. Yeah, with the Ten of Coins. Venus is everything we value. Jupiter's going to expand that. And this is in your 10th house. So, and you got 2 10s. So it could be your job also offering you, maybe you were passed over for promotion at one point, but a new higher position is going to open up and you're going to be tapped for that. That could be the message coming for you. Changing your whole lifestyle, your whole ability to level up. Okay. And under the deck, we have Magician in the Mirror. All right, so the Magician working with the elements. putting out the image that you want to become. They always say, what, dress for the job that you want, not the one you have. So this, you embody that spirit, the energy of victory, the energy of the position that you want to acquire or the partner you want to attract. And you become it. Let's get your astro deck here. Oh, hello, Gemini. All right, we have Mercury in Gemini. Mercury rules the magician. We just got here. And the lovers. The number 6 card, Major Arcana, is ruled by Gemini. So this again could speak to that partnership that's coming in. Intelligent, curious, innovative, playful, insightful, quick-witted, social, outgoing, superficial, gossipy, or inconsistent. But this feels like the mirror, your twin, your match, the one that brings you harmony, the one who reciprocates. Under that, lucky you, Jupiter. Why not? Growth, expansion, abundance, faith, hope, mercy, blessings, generosity, positivity, honor, humor, good luck, and blind optimism. So the Wheel of Fortune. So there's going to be a feeling of extreme, like, luck. I think there's going to be shock, like, do I deserve this? But then you're going to remember all the cycles you went through here. The dance, this running in circles that you did with this energy 9 times before. And now you're finally... This is Jupiter giving you your big break, your big opportunity out of here, or out of that circumstance. Finding solutions. You could have also, again, earned a promotion by solving a problem within your company, making something more efficient, or something that someone couldn't figure out for a long time. You figure it out. Okay, so this came up. This was upright for some reason, but success. The 6 of Wands is also named success in this deck. So success is guaranteed. It just requires a little bit of patience, you know. Maybe that's what the fire is. The come on already. I know it's coming, but get here, you know. There's that determination, but there still has to be temperance, patience. Just, you have to hold that image in your mind's eye, hold that vision of victory, of exaltation, of, you know, being in that winning energy. And eventually you will become it. You'll see yourself transform. Every time you look in the mirror, you're going to look a little different, a little better, a little brighter. All right, faith. Yeah, faith and patience, man. There's a waiting period here. There's something that's coming to the... to an apex, to a pinnacle. Have faith that this judgment is going to come through positively for you. This could be someone looking at your application too and choosing you. But faith, the 31st, we had the blue moon in Mars. This looks very... Blue moon in Mars. Blue moon in Scorpio, ruled by Mars. But in May, the end of May. So this could be one more full lunar month. We have the full moon at the end of the month on the 29th. So patience, patience. It's coming slowly but surely. It is ending up here. And action. Yeah, you want action. You want movement now on the 15th. Or the 15th, again, is the time to take action. We had the 15 show up here. Message in a bottle. Maybe send your resume on the 15th. Send a message on the 15th and you'll get a positive response. Okay. Check out your magic cards. Libra. A festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. I would say so with the 10 of coins and 10 of cups. There's something to celebrate here. Protection, strong protective magic for the family and the home. Well, this wealth is protected. This legacy, this family with the walls too. You're closing the gate around your wealth. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going, but despite the odds, patience and perseverance. Yeah, even most people can't, you know, they might give up after 3 swords. You've made it all the way through 9 swords, almost the 10 of swords, you know. That's the sun in Gemini, and that'll be coming up in the middle of the month, right after the new moon. So we could be completely done and clear that out. It's a perfect time for clearing for you, Libra. All right. Did I have an under the deck? I did, but it's upside down. So, happy love, joyful, stable partnership, and good friendships, of course. Your equal. Your mirror. And your alchemy card for you, Libra. You are the magician this month. You probably have been for several months. It's just accelerating, gaining strength this month. The despicable face, number 48. So that has to do with a lack of confidence too. It's like what you think is your biggest flaw is actually your greatest attribute. So I'd say don't be afraid to show your face to somebody for fear of judgment, or, you know, showing your true colors with the mask off. I think you'll be respected for that and actually find more resonance with people due to your honesty. But I'm going to grab one more card for Libra, please. All right, the sap of the moon plant. So we're being drawn back to the moon, number 41. And the sun's underneath. Look at that. All right, so sun and moon, masculine, feminine. Let's read about the sap of the moon plant. So that's nocturnal, sacred water of the unconscious. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops into the depths of night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you're seeking will not come from the intellect nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths as if rising from the ancient waters of your memory, riding the cosmic wave. Coming up from the depths. Maybe your 12th house or Pisces is being activated this month as well. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in the deep territory of destiny and imagination. Well, I mentioned destiny with all these major arcana showing up in your cards, that you have to go with the flow, right? Ride the cosmic wave. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest. All will be revealed. So yeah, there's that patience and perseverance. It's like you have to wait for the answer, but you're going to find the answer in the last place you look, where you least expect it, in your subconscious or in your dreams. So it's going to maybe come to you in a surprising way, but it'll all make sense when it does. All right. Angel cards for you and call it a day for Libra. But you have an overall very positive month. You know, having been through maybe the last 9 months were extremely painful for you. It's been a rough year. But things are turning around. There's the depth, the moon, Pisces. So look at what you have in natal Pisces and see how that's being activated at this time. Enthusiasm, delight. Yeah, that's that victory, that celebration, right? There's people gathered around a cake celebrating enthusiasm, your success, power, celebrating your newfound power. Relaxation now, yeah, through depth and relaxation, maybe some meditation, some, enhanced psychedelic therapy or something. I'm not a doctor and this is not medical advice, but that could be something that helps you achieve this peace in order to receive your answer. And then respect. There's another mirrored image. But this is somebody respecting and recognizing all the trials you had to go through to get to this point. So you are going to achieve a lot more respect, once people are seeing you succeed in whatever this is that you're accomplishing this month. All right. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your June forecast, as well as your Jupiter transiting Cancer forecast. That's happening June 2nd until October 31st when it moves into Leo. And this will be happening in a fellow water sign, of course, Cancer. So that's 9 houses away from your moon or ascendant in Scorpio. meaning you could see expansion in opportunities to travel abroad, attend institutions, expand your knowledge, your learning, your wisdom, or spiritual quest. So let's see what Scorpio has in store for them. Oh, we also have a new moon on the 15th at 29 degrees Taurus. So that'll be exactly opposite any placements you have in the late degrees of Scorpio. Of course, we just had your full blue moon on the 31st of May. Check out that pick a card if you haven't already. And then we have a new moon that'll be happening, or the full moon will be happening in Sagittarius at 15 degrees. That'll be your second house. So there could be some financial developments for you there, as well as the fact that Jupiter and Venus will be conjunct in the sign of Cancer. So you could also meet somebody while traveling abroad, or they could be from a foreign country and you meet them online. But a significant travel may be required to meet up with them. And so Venus conjunct Jupiter is happening June 9th exactly, and then Moon, Jupiter, and Venus will be conjunct on the 14th and 15th. Okay, enough said. Let's see what's under your deck. The Knight of Wands. This guy just keeps popping up this month. So Mars is in Aries, Mars being your ruler as well. Passion, fire, explosion of energy, new direction. And let's see what our first card is, the Aeon. So a new age, a new chapter in your life is definitely starting. And we have the Chariot moving on, Cancer. Ace of Wands, powerful masculine fire energy. He's holding the Ace of Wands here. So something's coming in hot, blazing like a torch, like a meteor. Or that's how fast you're traveling. The Ace of Discs. So 2 aces, change of places. I did mention the opportunity for long distance travel. But definite new beginnings. Could be with a Cancer or while Jupiter is transiting this Cancer sign. And the 9 of Swords, cruelty. And the 7 of Wands, valor. More Mars energy. Mars. Okay. So the 7 of Wands comes right after that 6 of Wands. And in the middle here, the way they've laid it out, it looks like the Ace of Wands is kind of plowing through or cutting through all this resistance. It's defending its position. It's defending its title, its position of authority. This could be authority of self as well by raising your consciousness. And others may, this is like outside forces trying to poke at you. They see your power, this Ace of Coins, this gift you've been given, and this powerful position of the Aeon. It's of being the judge. It's like you have free will. You can decide which direction to go. And there could be outside forces that are jealous of that. So you may have to defend against those energies. Somebody who might be wishing to cause you harm. That could be this Knight of Wands, Leo, Sag, Aries, or a masculine fire energy in general. Coming under fire. So I'll get more information for this, but if you're traveling, it might be conscious of where you're traveling to, given the state of affairs in the world. Let's see what your Ascension deck says for Scorpio, please. This could also be, again, you resisting your own power. Maybe you're afraid you'll abuse your power or misuse it. We have Neptune, light of inspiration, time for a spiritual retreat. That could be that traveling. It could be where you're confronted with some of these painful memories or thoughts that you have to fight off. Dreams, inspiration, universal love, psychic receptivity, awareness, oneness, enlightenment, illusion, deception, and trickery. We do have Saturn in Neptune right now, and that's trining anything that you have in Scorpio. So that's creating a powerful connection to Neptune and Saturn. The Hanged Man, feeling stuck. Maybe that's why you got to get away. You got to travel far to conquer these demons within your mind, or to overcome some kind of spiritual block that you've experienced. What else do we have? Mercury, light of the messenger. We have Mercury in Gemini and its home sign, the magician there. Also rules Virgo. Clear your mind. Communication, mind, thoughts, intellect, information, reason, memory, perception, opinions, ideas, lying, and trickery. So I think these thoughts, they're deceptive. They're false thoughts or false words. And Neptune is deception as well. So you're still in the position of this Aeon character or the Chariot, having a higher view, taking the higher road, being able to see all of the fray below you, like either people competing for your attention or trying to pull you off track. But this is telling you to clear all that, or you have the power, definitely, with the Ace of Wands to cut through all the BS and see the truth. And the Nine of Swords is not the truth. 11th house, groups. You are loved and supported. Yeah, so the Star and the Fool. Fool's another journey card. The Star is destiny. So you're on to your destined location, your destined position in life. It could be as a leader of a group or social organization, humanitarian. You could be traveling for humanitarian purposes too this month. Volunteering, maybe if there's a natural disaster. You're fighting to restore the rights or just the basic needs for these people with the Ace of Coins there. You're trying to advocate for someone who suffered cruelty or a group of people that has. But money gain is there too with the Ace of Coins. True inner purpose. All right, what was I going to get after this? Oh, under the deck, though, we have 444, divine progress, intuition, inner wisdom, higher guidance, clarity, stability, honesty, foundations, practicality, fulfillment, and angelic support. You are loved and supported. So that's being reiterated. Aquarius being under there, the 11th house again showing up, the Star showing up. You are a star this month. You know, you're obviously emblazoned and boldened with these two aces working in your favor. Okay. What else does Scorpio need to know about this month? This Jupiter transit. With Jupiter and Venus, I mean, some of you could be going through a breakup with somebody you had a very karmic, passionate tie to, and you find yourself surrounded by a new group of people in which are going to open up new opportunities for romance for you. But this could be having to fight off those thoughts of going back to a toxic or deceptive relationship. Toxic. Wow. All right. So yeah, go forward, not back. Somebody was down here trying to meddle in your affairs, ruin your good time, your success, draining your energy. They're being deceptive. Maybe you thought this person was all that with the Ace of Wands there. Like, wow, you're amazing, you're passionate, you're beautiful. But, I mean, underneath all that veneer and that surface level is something poisonous, something healing. Okay, so healing from the toxicity. That could be that spiritual retreat or whatever we're talking about in Neptune. The Hanged Man, the 12th card, that's enlightenment, right? So becoming enlightened to becoming aware of this illusion, deception, or trickery of this toxic influence in your life. It could be a substance too. It doesn't even have to be, because you will be clearing your mind. Some of you might find a support group if you're dealing with addiction and recovery, or in counseling. Somebody helping you try to put a close to a chapter in your life. And it's like you can see clearly now that the rain is gone. That song is coming to my mind. Older song. So, somebody, yeah, peace. Peace and healing after that toxicity. I'll take it. Under the deck, celebration. Yeah, you could be celebrating, like I said, sobriety, or celebrating a new opportunity, a relocation, celebrating your ability to escape this toxicity, this deceptive person or environment. All right, I had to pause there and cough. My throat was seizing up, so I don't think somebody wants you to speak the truth or speak your mind. And they don't want you to find out that they're toxic, but you will. I mean, there's no avoiding that. Scorpio gets to the bottom of all secrets. Broken heart. Yeah, 9. Look at that. 9 of Swords. 9, 9. That's the end of a cycle. Somebody is heartbroken, but they did it to themselves, you know. It is what it is. Their own toxicity that they did not take the opportunity to heal has brought them their own suffering that they want you to be a part of. Misery loves company, but this tells me you're being pulled away from that with the Chariot. There's a higher calling here. There's a higher purpose. Your attention, your energy, and resources are needed elsewhere. Not to be wasted on this person anymore or this relationship. Victory, yeah. Overcoming, celebrating a victory. Okay, let's get a Queen of the Moon card. There's peace and healing, though. That's the important thing. You're getting an antidote to the poison. I mean, you are Scorpio. You are the ruling sign of poisons, right? Patience came out there, and change. Yeah, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of time and trusting the process of change, that time invested will not be wasted. And we have Hunger, the Wolf Moon, number 29. All right, the full moon this month is on the 29th, and that's at 15 degrees Sagittarius, the fire sign. That might be a final goodbye or let go of a Gemini, Virgo, another Scorpio even. But there's definitely a motivation. This is like the lone wolf card, so you may find yourself single for a while, which is not a bad thing because you're taking time to recover. You're still recovering from this toxic environment. But you have love and support from a group of people. Could be just, you know, the people you see at work every day, or say, you know, you work in a coffee shop and somebody comes in every day or every Thursday and gets the same thing. And it's like there's some kind of comfort in that routine. You look forward to meeting that person, seeing that person. It doesn't mean that, you know, they're your soulmate and you're going to be in love forever, but it's that kind of support. It's the support of familiarity and non-toxic people. Yeah. This person is going to cry wolf, right? They're going to be like, save me, something's wrong, I need help, you know, just to try and lure you back in out of guilt or something. So don't fall for that. Crying wolf. They're lying. They're just manipulating you to get what they want. You'll see through it. You always do, Scorpio. No place like home. Absolutely. Look how it's like elevated. I know it's a birdhouse, but it's lifted up off the ground, right? It's like so predators can't get to you. There's a safe, warm space for you at a higher residence. Residence or resonance. Same thing with the Chariot that seeks to elevate. Yeah. Okay, no place like home. 4th house home, Cancer. So really, I see you do spend a lot, you know, you might be finding a new home, like I said, at a new state or country or across the waters, somewhere far away. But it's like home is where the heart is. Home is where you are. You fill this home with light with your Ace of Wands. You built it with your Ace of Coins. And I think, yeah, protecting your peace is the most important thing this month. Sagittarius. Poised, yeah. More balance. Also, yeah, this person or somebody wants to put you on a pedestal, or you used to put them on a pedestal. But that's the deception. That they're not all they're cracked up to be. All right. Magic cards for Scorpio. Scorpio. Safe and happy travel. Okay, protection from harm when journeying. Perfect. So you got Mercury there, got travel, and your 9th house being activated by Jupiter. So don't be afraid to travel abroad, far and wide. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of your self, the divine and the earthly, as above, so below. And these are the phases of life too. Maiden, mother, crone. So inexperience, full experience, waning into the capacity of wisdom to teach about that experience. Abracadabra with wings, fantastic, good fortune and lucky chances. This definitely makes me feel more, this is air sign, travel, air travel, good fortune and lucky chances. Well, yeah, that's your Ace of Coins and your Chariot and your Judgment card. All right, so luck is on your side, protection is on your side. You're in sync with the moon cycles, mystic star, harmony, and the home, and great friendships. Yeah, the 4th house, home, Cancer, and great friendships with the 11th house. You're loved and supported. You might, even with your close family, people that live with you, or you might be joining a home of people, renting a room, joining a commune, whatever, or meeting in somebody's home for a book club, a tea chat, something like that. But there's great comfort and people surrounding you in a home setting. People make you feel like home. All right. Well, let's leave that there. What do your angels and ancestors say about this Scorpio? Oh, Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. Yeah, by this new group of people. By these doors opening. By these people that you meet while traveling. And Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. Yeah, with Jupiter and Venus and Cancer, water sign. That's going to happen. So there's going to be deep love and connection and peace here. Deep healing of the heart. Perhaps even if this was your broken heart. I mean, I know personally, whether I'm the person leaving somebody or they're leaving me, there's no avoiding. You're both going to suffer in some regard. So you may have a broken heart following this relationship or experience with the toxicity. You might have had to break your own heart to walk away. But this is telling you, acknowledge that loss and be comfortable with it as a part of life and know that there's more love waiting for you around the corner. And Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. So I mentioned this person may try to draw you back in with a, crying wolf thing, or, just rope you back into dialogue that's not going to go anywhere, that's just going to be more painful and drawing things out. So end the conversation by resisting the urge to be right or prove a point. It's just, it is what it is. They're not, if they haven't gotten it by now, they're not going to get it. So, and how about a Journey of Love card with the Heart Guardian here? What for Scorpio's heart? Oh, well, that full moon, the full blue moon, it took place in conjunct Antares, which is the heart of the Scorpion. All right, legacy of light. Establishing a legacy. This fire energy of the Ace of Wands is a torch. It feels like the Virgo, the Hermit with the lantern, the star and the lantern, being a guiding light, attracting people like moths to a flame, but also leaving a legacy of light, passing on this torch. Like, when you light somebody's candle in church or whatever, you connect the two candles and you're passing on the flame. And soon you have a whole room of people that are illuminating the darkness. So that's your legacy. It's one of light. It's one of overcoming and detoxing and purifying your life in a way that others will notice and be like, how did you do that? How did you attain this vibration that you're just throwing off light? Maybe this Knight of Wands too. That's how you show up in a room. It's like your energy bursts through the door. But that's the kind of presence you're taking on. One of, like wisdom, I mentioned Maiden Mother Crone. So some of you might be entering your later phase of life. And with the Hermit, with more time alone, having lived all these experiences, you're able to share that wisdom through the light with others. Okay. And under the deck, we have Just for a Moment, joy. So there is joy, there's happiness. Again, the heart being either beamed upon or the heart radiating that light out with the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. Open your heart chakra, heal your heart chakra. If it's been broken, there is a cleansing fire coming through to kind of reset, that slash and burn farming or whatever they practice in agriculture. It's like they have to burn down all the old crops, and then that carbon goes into the earth and it renutriates and whatever, if that's a word, refertilizes the soil after everything's been burned down. That's kind of the nature of Mars, though, in the tower as well. All right. What else do we need? A alchemy card. And then we'll start to wrap it up. Scorpio, what alchemy card? Okay, vitriol, oil of vitriol. That's the toxicity. Look how they're both green, you know, like poison. And then under it we have resin, stickiness. So somebody's really stuck to your energy, or your emotions are stuck on this toxic person, or their emotions are stuck on you. One more time. The blue temple. That's the water guardian. Connect with your emotions. Neptune also. It's deep serenity, peaceful healing, cleansing with water. Because it's really, the antidote is to dilute the toxin in this case. So the more water that you pass through your being, whether that be healing emotional waters or physical water, it's going to help cleanse out. I mean, water carries away all the impurities eventually. But again, that takes time. But the blue temple. So the celestial realm, the imagination expansiveness. Welcome to the blue temple, you the home of the alchemical imagination. You have entered a space of new depths, new possibilities. The inner eye opens and you become willing to see in a new way. To understand this card, one must study blue itself. It's the celestial color of the sky, the ocean, the peacock's tail. Though potent, blue slips away. Through this color, our imagination threads together experiences both grim and glorious. Think blue films and blue ribbons. The halls of heaven and the horrors of melancholy. We are taken into the depths of the mood, the tone, the rhythm of the blues. The eternal mystery of blue will only deepen as we study it, and this is precisely the point. Leave the cerebral behind. Cloak yourself in the sapphire robe and sit quietly in the vault of mysteries. Once in a blue moon is a significant phrase. Wow, we just had your blue moon, and those are very rare. So, and the fact that it's in your sign, and I pulled this card. If the blue temple card and the moon card appear together, take note, the unlikely is the most likely. So expect the unexpected. That's 11th house Uranus. So I don't think you're going to be able to see this healing, celebration, love, and support coming until it's on your doorstep. Or it'll come from an unconventional place. Many people dismiss the Azure Vault as nonsense. Don't worry about them. Stay tuned to your own attendance to this sacred place and notice how you feel there. All right. Just some angel messages to wrap it up for Scorpio. Scorpio. Purification. Okay, so there's that water I was talking about. Diluting the toxin. Understanding. Love. See, there is love here. Love and be loved. Forgiveness. I think forgiving yourself and whoever that toxic person was. And then tenderness. Be tender with yourself. Be gentle with yourself through the purification process. Just because, you know, something's concluded, you can release them with love. It doesn't have to be through vindication or hate or anything. So, all right. Well, I'm wishing you the best this month, Scorpio. You have a road ahead of you, but it's not without its rewards and loving support at the end. Okay, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your June forecast, as well as the forecast for Jupiter transiting Cancer, June 2nd through October 31st. And this will be happening in your 8th house of sex, death, the occult, other people's money, transformation, change, and rebirth. We just had that full blue moon in Scorpio in your 12th house. May 31st, and Scorpio rules the 8th house. So now we have something that ended, something that's ready to be restarted, and Jupiter in your 8th house is giving you that opportunity. So we also have Jupiter conjunct Venus exactly on June 9th, and then again on the 14th, 13th, and 14th, it'll be conjunct, those will both be conjunct the moon. The new moon's at 29 degrees Taurus happening on the 15th of June. And then we have a full moon in your sign at 15 degrees on June 29th. So powerful month for you. That one came out. Let's start with that and that. Okay, under the deck, we have change. All right, no surprise there. Jupiter showing up. Jupiter in Capricorn. And the devil, Capricorn, showing up again. You could have recently had a job change or been considering a job change or ending the job that you're with right now. I want to look off that. I have Prudence. This is Virgo, Sun and Virgo. So it definitely has to do with your work. Something has to change in that environment or how you make money. We have truce, Jupiter again showing up, this time in Libra. Rest, harmony, rebalancing, again with the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. And a change and adjustment, more Libra. You might have strong placements in Libra. If you feel drawn to that reading, check it out. But truce, balance, harmony, restoration, oppression. Yeah, okay. I mentioned your work, 10th house, Saturn. And that's definitely could be work being lifted off your shoulders. You're done with something, so now you're receiving your payout. Virtue, recognition for your commitment. And the Tower. Okay, Mars. So Mars is in Aries this month too, I forgot to mention. So it's empowered there, as well as Mercury in Gemini for June. So we just had Mars rules Scorpio. We just had that blue moon in Scorpio. So yeah, I see an end. Maybe you've worked for a company for 3 years, 3 months, or 10 years even. But it seems like you need a break from that adjustment. I'm seeing a chiropractic adjustment, like your back is broken from holding all these wands, from carrying all this weight, metaphorically or physically, these responsibilities. It's like you're getting realigned so you can rest properly. But that's the change. Something needs to be taken out of your life with the Tower for all this to unfold, for the burden to be lifted. So if a swift, unexpected change comes into your life, look at it as a blessing instead of a lesson. There's something to be grateful for here because it's coming out with rest, with justice, fair compensation, news. Okay, that's more air, communication. We mentioned Mercury and Gemini. Watch out for letters, inboxes, voicemails, emails, whatever. Social media, too. You could see a post. I'm getting a cheesy law commercial in my head. If you or a loved one has been injured, compensate, call whatever. Maybe this is a new class action lawsuit that's coming up that some of you are going to be involved in that you can receive restitution for. But news, it's positive news, bringing rest and balance. And we have kindness. Kind news, I like that too. So someone or something is coming to alleviate the burden. Health, yeah. I think, again, this work, whatever you were doing, was putting a lot of pressure on your health. And this is going to help you treat your body and mind and soul with more kindness. So Virgo, there's been a cleaning up, a cleansing, herbs used for detoxing or healing. And then we have sensitivity. Yeah, I think the environment you were in, you became really sensitive to its destructive nature. Something was out of balance here. Usually the two of coins, shows a man juggling 2 coins, like trying to find the center point. But the snake, is all about change. And the 8th house, death, shedding skin. This is not who you are anymore, or you are being forced to release this skin. Because you've become too sensitive to the people, environment, circumstance, working conditions, whatever is having and we have Aries, which is values your health of your body. The sun in Aries is showing you there's a better way. There is a way to regain your strength in this situation. Underneath we have motivation. So the sunflower, it makes me think of the sunflower. It's like you have there is a way out. You will be provided with a solution, maybe in that news, that's going to motivate you to see this circumstance or this tower in a different light. It's going to help you let go of something that this snake won't even let go of the end of its tail. It's like hooked. The devil's got you under here. More Capricorn. It's like, well, I need this because XYZ. It's close to my home. It pays the best, but there's some adverse effect it's having on you. Okay. Aquarius, this has been showing up a lot too. The collective, I aspire, the star. Being you makes you a star. So whatever this situation was that's being torn down, it's tearing away the cloak or the wall that was hiding your true nature. Or you were being forced into a box or a position that didn't fit you. So being somewhere that you can be eccentric, unique, visionary, original, inventive, progressive, independent, and creative, distant, detached, or cold. If you're in an environment that's supportive of this great mind, because we have more air signs here between Libra and Aquarius, your mind is going to be valued somewhere else. This could be, again, an acceptance letter from a job, or putting yourself out there. Or you could be announcing something about yourself. Hey, June is Pride Month. If you're coming out, I have news, everybody. This is who I am. Great. It might be the burden that you're relieving, that you're unmasking your true identity. So you're going to feel a lot more at peace and a lot more comfortable. Virgo, your work, 6th house, life improvements, grounded, self-reliant, resourceful, smart, practical, analytical, good planner, perfectionist, critical, overthinker, picky. So the Hermit. Again, Virgo having to do with work and health. So your health is improving once you allow this tower to fall away, or you let go of the grip that the devil has on you or you have on yourself. Taurus is the 2nd house of money. This is ruled by Venus. That'll be conjunct Jupiter on the 9th. Stay true to your values. So what I say about being unique, being yourself, you're not going to be forced into a box anymore. You're not going to pretend or play small. I have steadfast, loyal, sensitive, understanding, calm, patient, sensual, generous, practical, tenacious, stubborn, materialistic, and lazy are the shadow aspects. But the Hierophant, restoring order to your life when it comes to money and wealth, prioritizing that. Or this is saying that you already have what you need. There's nothing that's going to be taken away from you that you don't need to succeed in this new lifestyle. All right. And underneath is Aries, taking charge. Sun in Aries. Yeah. Courageous, bold, brave, inspirational, passionate, self-aware, confident, extrovert, impatient, impulsive, arrogant. So the Emperor, taking charge, gaining power over your life instead of letting others dictate it for you or tell you that, scare you out of letting go of something. All right. Wisdom Oracle. No place like home. Home is the 4th house, Cancer. So Jupiter expanding that. And we started with the 4 of Swords. So 4-4. Angelic protection, protection of the home. Safety, you feel safe in your home. Round and round. Yeah, that's what this is. The change. It's time for change. You're done going in circles with Capricorn, with your work, or with someone you have a contract with. So marriage could be an issue too. This marriage could have reached its breaking point after 10 years. And it's made you an unhealthy person. Okay. A leg up. So no place like home, a leg up. This news might be pertaining to a new home or an invitation to come stay with me for a while. Clear your mind. Get your plan in order. I'll help you save money for a new home, if you had to move out or whatever. But it feels like a supportive friend with Aquarius showing up too. House of friendship. Okay. So you're getting off the carousel this month, Sag. You've learned those Saturnian lessons through those karmic lessons through Saturn. You have a man holding a heart. So this could be you or a prospective supportive partner. A man with a home. We have the 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel. So our sacral chakra of creativity. Creative writing could be a thing for you too. Or journaling. Self-expression. Again, these are people that are going to value for who you are, and you're not going to be oppressed or suppressed from expressing that. You're going to feel, again, in control of your identity, and people are going to praise you for that. Goddess of the Moon has to do with your intuition. The High Priestess, sensitivity too. Sensitive to energy, sensitive to intuition. That's, yeah, Jupiter and Cancer. It's Cancer is a very emotional sign. So your feelings, this ain't right, or I'm not comfortable here anymore. There's some kind of voice that's going to come through and say, that's because you don't belong here anymore. We have indecision. This has been coming up for a lot of people too. 8, and it makes me think of the 8 of Swords, like feeling stuck, like which way do I go? which path do I choose? They're both unknown. But you know, with the goddess of the moon, you'll be given that, you know, sensitive, being able to kind of feel out where home is. Home is where your heart is, but I mean, where do you belong? What group do you belong to? You'll follow your heart over your head this month, Sagittarius, which may be hard for you as a fire sign. Yeah, you do follow your passion, but you're masculine fire and air, and that's generally more logical than... You're just going to find yourself in a more emotional kind of go with the flow state. Fire and ice, right? Fire and water. So number 37, let's see what that says. You are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together, finding balance, right? Within your being, without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial, there is passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Sometimes this is hard to handle, okay? Creation and destruction in the tower. Yeah, feeling the effects through sensitivity. We can make things simpler, to just let go of the conflict and complexity and choose one or the other. You're a grand enough soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to live fully, to let the divine have its way through you requires a willingness to stand at the center of the pair of opposites, as the fulcrum here in the scales, and eventually know that they are connected to each other, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be, to simply be at peace. If you are consciously feeling the conflict in your life, internally or externally, yeah, being pulled in different directions, right? Where's the indecision? If you're consciously feeling the conflict in your life, Ten of Wands, internally or externally, then you're being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There is nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as divine creation continues to unfold within you. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. This oracle brings you guidance that the conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon you will grow larger than the conflict, but for now, you do not need to engage it, simply to be present to it and allow it to work its way through you, until you are strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it is not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine design. This oracle brings specific guidance on any relationship matter requiring a decision until you have simple clarity in your heart, beyond the pushing away and pulling closer. Then it is time to wait, for there is more yet to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful for you. It has to go in and trust with your intuition, but for now, don't make any rash decisions. Don't, bust into work tomorrow and put your letter of resignation on their desk, or tell them to, take this job and shove it. Don't do that. Don't be impulsive. You just need to sit and wait, and the answer will present itself, like this Eight of Swords, feeling kind of stuck. Feeling like, I don't know if I can escape. I don't know which direction I would go if I escape. Well, that just means that more answers are needed to come to you through your intuition, maybe through your sleep, or through your creative expression. Okay. But in the meantime, the best thing you can do is be kind to yourself. Take care of your health. If you need more sleep, sleep more. If you need more or less food, honor that. Be sensitive to what your body is asking for at this time. Okay. An alchemy card for Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius. Okay, rotatio, round and round. Didn't we have that? Yeah, right here. The cycle. Break the cycle. 69. That's interesting because the symbol of Cancer is 69. As above, so below. Weaving webs of lies. Somebody could have been like trying to blind you and to trapping you, like keeping you trapped. Like a black widow, And underneath we have the moon. So goddess of the moon and Luna showing up. Number 2, high priestess. You know the way. You know the truth about this person, or it will be unraveled. It'll be uncovered. So 69. Oh, and 6/9 is the date Jupiter conjuncts Venus, so keep that date in mind. The wheel, yeah, the wheel of fortune. Monotony and cycles. Rotatio is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that work performed again and again produces results. It reminds us of our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory to weave their work into their world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom, although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, exactly here, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it's at the heart of all spiritual practices. So, trying to be still when there's a hurricane or two swirling around you can be stressful, obviously, so take time to rest. But it's also telling you there are virtues, there are rewards to persistence, to seeing this 10 of Wands to the end, right? You do it until the job's done. You do have a very strong kind of work ethic. Maybe that's what's making it hard to let go of. The operation connects us to the element of time. Alchemist learns how to use time like any other element, not to waste it, but expand it and appreciate its gifts. Well, Father Time is Chronos, Saturn. Karmic cycles. If you've been repeating actions and getting the same results, this card is an opportunity to see the pattern and make a new choice. Spin the wheel in a new direction. Well, Jupiter rules the Wheel of Fortune. And with Jupiter in your 8th house, transiting Cancer, you have, an opportunity to change your experience. To see your way out of the depths of hell, which is Scorpio, Pull yourself up out of the underworld. Let's get a Queen of the Moon card for Sagittarius. Focus, yeah. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So focus on breaking the cycle, breaking the solution, but still maintaining the value of that experience. But I think that's what you're learning. It's like, I don't want to do that again. Once I break out of that, I'm not going back to that cycle. So stay focused on the mind here, the butterfly on the third eye. Clear your mind, Libra. Mercury and Gemini with the power to transform here with the butterfly. Focus on change. Focus on what you want to change on the 14th. That's the eve of the new moon. Okay. And we have pleasure underneath it. So Jupiter is associated with pleasure and good times too, and celebration. So there is pleasure to be experienced in this peace that you attain as a result of not compromising your values, but stepping away peacefully. But there's a lot of pleasure to be had just in your own company, I think, this month. All right. Magic cards for Sagittarius, excuse me. All right, prosperity, yeah. So Taurus, we have the financial house there. Prosperous business with riches and success. And insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. What did I say about the butterfly in the third eye? Trust your intuition, goddess of the moon. When it comes to making a decision, you know the answer, so don't let others influence you or scare you out of your choice. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. Again, with the moon there, it seems like these answers will come at night or in your sleep. Get your angels and ancestors here to weigh in on Scorpio situation. What advice do you have for Scorpio or Sagittarius? I keep saying Scorpio. I just did their reading, so maybe you have placements there or want to check out that reading. Let's see. Or because we're dealing with your 8th house, Jupiter transiting your 8th from the moon or rising. Okay, Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. So Scorpio got that same card. The full blue moon took place conjunct Antares, the heart of the Scorpion, the heart of the matter, getting to the core of a situation. And Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information, heart healing. That's what Jupiter in Cancer is for. Same with Venus. So, yeah, peace, healing, Heart Guardian, whatever path you choose peace, and prosperity will follow. All right. We have the Caduceus there, of course, with Mercury still transiting Gemini. Brotherhood, sisterhood, that's third house, has to do with siblings. I mentioned home, you know, no place like home. Some of you may be temporarily residing with a sibling or someone you call your spiritual sister or brother. Power showing up again with the Aries card here. Taking charge, Emperor, power. Creativity, there's that second house, sacral chakra. And respect. Okay. So yeah, I definitely see you with Aquarius here, surrounded by supportive people, brothers and sisters who respect your journey and what you're going through. They want to see what you are creating. They want to support your creation. They look forward to news of what you've created. And that can't happen without taking power and control of this cycle that needs to come to an end. But be honored and remembered for what it was and what it taught you, no matter how long it took. It could have taken 3 years or 10 years or 3 months or, 3 years. But there's that. And I think that's all I have for you, Sagittarius. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Have a beautiful June. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your June reading. So this is for Capricorn Moon and Rising according to Vedic astrology, because we're also going to be looking at the transit of Jupiter in Cancer happening June 2nd through October 31st, and this will be taking place in your 7th house of partnerships, which is extra significant because we have Venus, the planet of love, meeting up with Jupiter on June 9th. So expanding love, this could be finding a soulmate, a twin flame, a very deep, profound connection, and underneath we have the Lovers. So this is a card ruled by Gemini. We have Mercury in Gemini. The magic is going to happen this month, Capricorn. It feels fated with the major arcana being there. This is someone you're destined to meet, probably when you least expect it, or it comes from the least expected person, maybe a lifelong friend. But let's take a look at the rest of your cards. The Prince of Cups. All right, coming in hot with the romance. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But this is definite enamored infatuation, romance, like chivalry, very old school courting almost. Fortune, there's Jupiter. You are blessed, Capricorn. You have the best reading so far. I don't even care what the rest of the cards say. But this is Jupiter definitely blessing you with love and companionship, partnership, support, fortune, you name it. It's yours this month. And the Ten of Cups, satiety. Y'all saw me shuffle these cards, right? All right, so that is fulfillment. Mars in Pisces, I believe. Yeah, so we also have the peace, Two of Swords. Yeah, truce, peace. In Libra, harmony, moon in Libra. Balanced emotions, balanced partnership. We also have the Hanged Man. Yeah, I mean, can feel stuck, but it's also an enlightening moment. It's a revelation, clarity, and becoming unstuck. I see these cords cutting down this Hanged Man, where either you or your partner felt stuck, or you both were, but these swords are your freedom. These, maybe you did some cord cutting ceremonies to finish a cycle. 10 is the wheel, it's completion. 10 of Cups, completion. And then 2 and 12. So between the 10th and the 12th, we do have Venus conjunct Jupiter, the 13th, 14th. You may run into this person or have first contact with them. But Jupiter is going to be in Cancer all the way through the end of October. So it could be 10 or 12 degrees when Jupiter gets there for you. But yeah, check out what placements you have in Capricorn and what degree they're at. And then look in the 7th house of Cancer and find the corresponding degree. See if that connection is going to be made or when it could be made. All right, so moving on. The Hangman getting cut down, being released from this cycle. You're both done with your karmic partners. You've done the work. You've done the shadow work. This is the most harmonious connection, conjunction, whatever I can think of. This is a once-in-a-lifetime partnership. Manifestation. Yeah, you manifested this with the power of Jupiter. You're both magicians here. Gemini rules the lovers and the magician card. Sensitivity. So water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're both very sensitive to each other's energies. You're very in sync. You have a very deep psychic link here too. 12th house energy. You can just feel when this person's having a bad day, or, you know, when they're excited to see you. They're very open emotionally. News, communication. So yeah, you might, with Mercury and Gemini, just start communicating, texting each other like crazy, late at night, whatever. Or this could be an invitation to an event where you end up meeting this individual. So make sure you go. Serenity, purple and blue might look good on you. Also dealing with the higher chakras. So this divine connection between third eye, crown, and throat chakra. It's very high frequency, very light and peaceful. Good vibes. Yeah, you have good vibes with this person. I mean, you might smoke together, if you know what I mean. Little lettuce there, or I know it's bamboo, but you know what I mean. Anyway, what's under that? Cleanse. All right, so yeah, health. Both you and this person went through a cleanse, which is great news. So we don't need to bring any of that old ish into the new partnership. But y'all want to build something together with the beehive, right? We have Taurus, the master manifester, manifestation, dude. So higher timeline, pioneer, natural born leader, stargazer, highly evolved, masculine energy, a doer, ancient gifts, sacred geometry, scientific. Okay, so yeah, this person could be into medicine or engineering or physics, astrology, astronomy, something having to, just very curious, and yeah, natural born leader. So also could be Aries, pioneer, doing things, and Aquarius. A higher timeline, yeah. They have knowledge going back for lifetimes. And it's like when they reincarnate, they don't forget everything. They may have very strong Pisces in their chart too, but they're bringing those gifts with them. That's how they're able to manifest. And they manifested you. You thought maybe you manifested them, but no, it was them. And they didn't even know you. I don't feel like this person knows you. They're just asking for their ideal partner. Mars, there's the masculine power. It's masculine energy. Burner be born, the tower. Yeah, something's coming through. It's like a freight train, you know, this Mars, this action of cutting down the hanged man. Somebody, it feels like a damsel in distress thing, right? There's a woman tied to the train tracks, and then the dude cuts her free, and oh, my hero. It's very corny. I don't know why that image is coming. But anyway, masculine energy has its place. It's a wonderful thing, just as feminine energy is. So energy, passion, action, sex, desire, determination, ambition, aggression, competition, conflict, confrontation, and war. So with the passion, sex, and desire, with Jupiter conjunct Venus in Cancer, the sign of motherhood, home, family, it could be a very fertile union, so take precaution if you're not interested in that at this time. But it looks like you are interested in building a home. This is a 4th house Cancer. In the next 4 months, it could be a very swift engagement. It could be, you know, going from meeting to married in 4 months, 4 to 6 months, before the end of 2026. All right, Neptune, light of inspiration. The hanged man is coming up again. 12th house, so Pisces, man. Neptune, this person could also be a producer or in TV or entertainment of some sort, or they're a novelist, an illustrator, storyteller of some sort, or in the storytelling business. But time for a spiritual retreat. Dreams, inspiration, universal love, psychic receptivity, awareness, oneness, enlightenment, illusion, deception, trickery. All right, so those are the shadow aspects, of course, but enlightenment, oneness, awareness, psychic. I mentioned this psychic sensitivity to each other. Just being able to look. You can just look in each other's eyes and you'll know. Violet flame. So I mentioned the upper chakras, I think blues and purples. Archangel Zadkiel, the Master Saint Germain, the transmute that damn energy. So that's what the tower's doing. It's transforming this hanged man. I'll be here forever. I'll be alone forever. I'm stuck. You know, what's my future? I don't know what to do. And then this tower comes in, knocks you, you know, just electrocutes your seventh chakra, your crown, and kind of like brings you back to life. Sacred fire, transmutation, that's that Scorpio blue moon energy. Alchemy, spiritual acceleration, healing, freedom, karmic release, compassion, forgiveness. Freedom and karmic release. You're being cut down from the hanged man. But alchemy and spiritual acceleration, that's the magician, right? Manifestation twice. All right, under the deck, let's just finish that. Cancer, of course, the Chariot. Your intuition knows the way. Nurturing, sensitive, caring, loyal, creative, genuine, protective, vulnerable, moody, pessimistic, suspicious. So the Chariot, yeah, that's this Prince of Cups. He's even depicted riding in, I believe, on a bird, but, you know, it may as well be the Chariot card. Movement, swift movement, passionate movement, with Mars there too. This perfect balance of fire and water. I'm wondering if they're on the cusp between Pisces and Aries, Cancer and Leo, or Scorpio and Sag. I guess in either system. But if they share both these traits of masculine and feminine, they're both kind of perfectly expressed. All right, let's move on to a wisdom oracle. Good vibes. Pandas at the zoo. Maybe you can meet out there. Happy, I say you are. Maybe by the 26th. 626. I don't know what day. That's 3 days before the full moon. But you'll feel like a star, right? You'll be shining bright like a star. Maybe that's how you see the light in each other, in your heart and your mind. And clean it up. What did I have? Wasn't there a cleansing or a release? But clean it up. 21, the end of something, though. End of a cycle. Out with the old, in with the new. Dusting. You might just be cleaning your home, getting ready for company. Truth be told, number 14. The 14th is one of those days before the new moon where Venus is conjunct Jupiter and the moon. So this person's opening up their heart, you know, opening up their feelings for you. What they really, I mean, they're honest with themselves about their feelings. All right, one more. Imagine. Yeah, there's that Neptunian energy, that imagination. Envision. And when you have the power of imagination and you can write out your vision for your future for each other, or draw it in a painting or whatever, but that's how you manifest, by writing it down. So, and I mentioned this person being, this Neptune energy, being in entertainment, film, writing, directing, whatever, animation, but they use their imagination every day to manifest. Writing music too. Let's see. All right. Good vibes. Man holding a coin. Sure. Why not have it all, Capricorn? But that's your earth sign. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. A gift. This person, this man, he's already holding a bouquet of flowers, maybe holding a coin for you. Here, you know, here's a gift, here's money, here's, look what I manifested, look what I made, you can do it too. But satiety, I would think so. 10 of Cups, fulfilling all your wishes with abundant income. This is the King of Coins. Dude. All right. Underneath the deck, we have envy. Yeah, people are going to envy you for sure. They're going to envy you as a couple. And I feel sad for them. And as a person who's struggled with relationships in the past, it's like it's easy to wish ill on a couple that you see happy. But in the past few years, I've noticed, you know, when I see a happy couple at my job, then I just acknowledge it. And I'm like, oh, congratulations. And I mean it, like, from the heart. Because if I'm happy for them, then that's what I'm going to attract in my life. That kind of relationship. So don't mind the haters. yeah, they're just going to think, again, you got lucky. This is too good to be true. Just you watch. He's going to cheat on you, blah, blah, blah. No. So I'm going to be really curious to see what this Journey of Love card is for Capricorn, fire and ice. All right, I mentioned that on the cusp, right, of fire sign and a water sign. Yeah, another pile got this, and I can't be certain. I believe it's Scorpio, but I could be wrong. So, you are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together within your being without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial. There is passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Well, that's the Tower, right? Mars, the light of the power. Yeah. New life and death, 8th house, Scorpio. That's where this is taking place. And if Scorpio did get this card, maybe you should go watch that. I'll put that in the comments below. Attention, Capricorn, watch Scorpio, you know. Okay. Sometimes this is hard to handle. We want to make things simpler or just let go of the conflict and complexity and choose one or the other. You're granted enough soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to live fully, to let the divine have its way through you requires a willingness to stand at the center of the pair of opposites and eventually know that they are connected to each other, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be. If you're consciously feeling the conflict in your life, internally or externally, then you are being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There is nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as divine creation continues to unfold through you. Manifestation twice. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. This oracle brings you guidance that conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon you imagination, 12th house, expanding the 12th house. But for now, you do not need to engage in it, simply to be present to it and allow it to work its way through you until you are strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it is not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine design. This oracle brings in specific guidance on any relationship matter requiring a decision. Until you have simple clarity in your heart, beyond the pushing away and pulling closer, then it is time to wait, for there is more yet to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful for you. Okay, so it brings imagery of the Temperance card to me, mixing the two chalices, tempering the liquids until a perfect balance is achieved, till alchemy is complete. That's Sagittarius. That's the full moon on the 29th. So yeah, that might be when your luck arrives. All right. And yeah, Scorpio Sag cusp. So late November to like mid-December, depending on what system you follow. All right. Is their birthday, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But double check for me. Let's see. Moon card for Capricorn, please. Darkness, the long night moon. This is actually a full moon, but it's blacked out and it looks new. So to me, it looks like a new moon, but that again is the 15th of this month. But long night moon, that's the full moon in December. And that's probably going to be around the time Jupiter stations retrograde in Leo. And that is the longest night of the year is December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere. So the full moon of December, I don't know that date. But the time that Jupiter turns retrograde could be significant. I'm not sure how at the moment. But it'll come back into Cancer in 2027, and then it'll go forward through Leo for the rest of 2027. And that'll be in your 7th house by then, or 9th house, excuse me. So going from your 8th to your 9th. All right, so let's get some more cards. Your Alchemy card for Capricorn. I'm actually thinking between Scorpio and Sagittarius is Ophiuchus. So, could be that sign as well. Dude, what's going on? All right, dissolution, solutio. Aries, Mars. This guy's showing up everywhere in these readings. Mars is in Aries at the moment. So people are going for it. They're shooting their shot, man. I think there's like an urgency around us for like, I don't know how much time we have left. Let's make this happen. But yeah, dissolving is the first part. Was that cleaning it up? Dissolving old issues or clearing out the old energy. So new bonds can be established with the resin, holding things together. But yeah, like, what is it? The hexagon is the most structurally sound shape in nature. Like if you have a ball of soap bubbles, they will all naturally configure themselves into hexagons to fit together at the most perfect way. So this resin, it's holding together this partnership and these manifestations. It's like you're attracting them like bees to honey, right? Or sugar. And then once your gifts are attracted, they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. They're protected. Okay. Ancestors for Capricorn. Lord, take charge with authority. There's your Mars. Definitely taking your magical abilities are increasing, like your will, your power. So be very mindful of your words, as Mercury is in Gemini, its ruling planet of communication this month. Your words have a direct impact on the reality that you manifest. You don't have to write them down. It can be emphasized by doing that, but what you speak, you do create. It'll be abracadabra to a T this month. Spring, see your seeds grow. Yeah, see your manifestations bloom, planting them in the new moon. And by the end of the month, you're going to have this Prince of Cups at your door. And Traveler, move in a new direction. So the ability to travel, the freedom to travel, once you're cut loose from this hanged man position, like a rabbit caught in a snare, something comes along and frees you, or you free the rabbit. Anyway, Traveler, so you're free to move in a new direction. Magic cards for our magician couple here. Capricorn. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Yeah, persevering the pain, enduring the weight, the patience that it takes. Even though something very powerful is coming towards you, it's like you're still being made to wait for it. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly, as above, so below. And the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. I mentioned you could be meeting this person out somewhere, perhaps. Yeah, air. Work with the element of air to cut through the cord of a situation and see the truth. So the Mercury rules is an air sign. Your words, again, the power of your words. And spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. So yeah, it's divinely, it's fated. It's being put together. It's being assembled behind the scenes. And mystic star, harmony in the home, and great friendships. So yeah, it's coming to take shape, to take form in this hexagon. It's just, it takes time for the soap bubble particles to settle and lock into one another to form those shapes of support. It's the most structurally sound, and you find it everywhere, not just in honeycomb. So, all right, what did we miss? Angel cards. I guess that's it. Inspiration. You are an inspiration to this person or vice versa. Or they inspire you to create more. Beauty. You'll make beautiful things together. And humor. Have a good time doing it. You make each other laugh. You're definitely best friends. Expansiveness. That's Jupiterian energy. Jupiter's blessings are expanding. Abundance right after it. Absolutely. And courage. Yeah. Having the courage to dive in and have faith that this is it. That it's safe to give your all, jump in and commit completely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Capricorn. Congratulations. And let me know how it goes for you in the comments below. Until next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your June forecast. This will also be a forecast for the transit of Jupiter in Cancer, which began on June 2nd, 2026, and it will stay there until October 31st. It does retrograde then in December. Oh, we'll keep that up. 9 of coins gain. And then it'll retrograde back into Cancer in 2027 before finally pushing through Leo later that year. But anyway, we have Jupiter meeting up with Venus on the 9th, and we have them also conjunct the moon on the 13th and 14th, followed by a new moon at 29 degrees Taurus in sidereal astrology, and that's on the 15th. We also have a full moon at 15 degrees Sagittarius on the 29th. So this is the first card that flipped over, and Venus conjunct Jupiter, Venus being wealth and love and beauty, and Jupiter expanding all of that. We're seeing some gain, some success from hard work. So this is Venus and Virgo. And then we have the Hanged Man. So maybe long awaited, because it did come that way. You were waiting for this payout, waiting for this blessing to come in, the Knight of Cups. So that's going to be a romantic offer coming in with that Venus involved with Jupiter. That could be another, you'd be gaining a person in your life. Oh, 3 of Cups, abundance. So that's Mercury in Cancer. So it's definitely, your cups are overflowing. To me, it looks like, yeah, 3 Ace of Cups. I mean, the wine is flowing and the good times are rolling, and people are raising a glass to toast to some success that's finally come in. And then we have defeat, the 5 of Swords. Yeah, wow, what an end to that. I think it's defeating this Hanged Man. It's defeating the weight and the amount of time that it's taken to reach this point. It was a struggle, but once I think you learn to let go of expectations or lust for results, that's when the blessing comes in. We've kind of stopped resisting it, or maybe we have a problem resisting receiving help or offers or love or money from other people. We resisted it for a long time. And now it's like, once you let it in, you see what a blessing it is to have those kind of people in your life, and for them to see your value with Venus being there. So you might have had a time of need recently, and there was somebody there to come help you out, or it could have been a community of people. We have House 9, Sagittarius, the full moon on the 29th, spiritual and personal growth, Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, which is ruled by Jupiter. So purpose, beliefs, exploration, curiosity, adventure, truth-seeking, wisdom, higher education, publishing, long-distance travels. Okay, so the 9 of Coins could be the result of publishing an article or an artwork, or just getting something finalized, signed, completed. And we have enlightenment. Okay, wasn't that with the 9th house, expansion of spiritual growth? So leading to enlightenment, the lotus, the master Buddha, seed of awakening, awareness, meditation, spiritual path, and liberation, ascension, deep truths and insights, purity and eternity. So these deep truths and insights, that's what's gained from this position of the Hanged Man. As he gets in touch with his subconscious and goes to the darkest depths where the lotus blooms from. It comes out of the dark mud and reaches the light, and you can't do that without being down here first. But the light eventually comes to his mind, to his head, and he's able to see his way out of this situation. With not resisting. Like, the harder you fight, I just think of like something caught in barbed wire, and it's a panic scared animal might injure itself more the more it struggles to get free. But as soon as you relent, you release, and you give it up, the defeat sword there, as soon as you allow yourself to be defeated by spirit, as terrible as that sounds, it's like that's when the enlightenment comes. That's when the explanation and the relief comes flooding in. We have Sirius, the student, master, and teacher, and we have Master Buddha here. So you could be seeing the number 33 a lot. Sirius is the dog star, which is at 15 degrees of Cancer. So Jupiter, maybe when it reaches that midpoint around mid-August, when it's halfway through Cancer, you could see these results coming in, or this release coming through. Cosmic upgrades, too. We have the Sirius, what is it, the Lionsgate 8-8 portal? I don't know if that's connected to Sirius or not. But anyway, water connection, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, animals, nature, sensitive, creative, artist, peacekeeper, cosmic purpose, healer, music. So the Knight of Cups is a healer too. He's bringing healing to the situation. to this Five of Swords situation. It's like providing the remedy that balances out these two cups. All right, and then we have Death and Rebirth. All right, the 8th house, Scorpio. I forgot to mention, I guess, this being Aquarius, your opposite sign's Leo. So this will be taking place in your 6th house. Yeah, your 6th house of everyday life, health, pets. But the 8th house, Scorpio, transformation. This is, again, this relief from the Five of Swords, worry or defeat feeling. But death and judgment, rebirth. We just had that full blue moon at 15 degrees Scorpio on the 31st of May, and you may have noticed a shift within yourself. The very first movements, the pre-quake signals, the tremors, whatever electronic vibes you've been picking up on, that a shift is upon you. That may have been started on May 31st. So, all right, so that could be a transformation regarding your everyday activities. It could be you becoming a student, becoming a teacher, and making that part of your everyday experience. And then we have the angels, 444, the divine progress, intuition, inner wisdom, higher guidance, clarity, stability, honesty, foundations, practicality, fulfillment, and angelic support. Practicality makes me think of Virgo, the 6th house, and that's what's being expanded. Your progress towards your goals, your authenticity, what it is you're trying to fulfill. They're being supported and protected by the angels. So they're going to defeat any adversary that tries to interrupt your abundance or the enlightenment that's coming to you, this offer that's rightfully yours. It could be an offer from a teacher. Come learn with me, be my student. Pluto, light of transcendence, that rules the 8th house. Judgment, again, death and judgment. Find power in the shadows, transformation, intensity, destruction, death, deep truths, rebirths, renewal, power, wealth, and obsessive desire. Some of you may have Capricorn placements as well, or you'd have been on the cusp of Capricorn, Aquarius, but if you feel drawn to watch that reading, then I recommend it. But anyway, so power, wealth, and rebirth, renewal, deep truths, intensity, transformation, and destruction. Okay. That's what we had to go through, this darkness, this Five of Swords experience, this Hanged Man experience, in order to, we needed that as fuel for our enlightenment process. Okay, Starseed, unlocking spiritual gifts. This is Atlantis and Lemuria again. Weren't we saying that over here? Yeah, cosmic upgrades, Sirius. So maybe you are a Sirius starseed, or you're getting connection with them at 15 degrees of Cancer with one of your natal planets, or when Jupiter reaches that apex in Cancer, we could be getting these downloads. But or new spiritual gifts unlocked, new talents, abilities, ability to see clearer with the blue there, the third eye chakra expanding and deepening, as well as the throat. So being able to clearly communicate and share the wisdom and the downloads that you're getting. Psychic, empath, healer, priest, priestess, sacred gifts, lost or forgotten abilities, higher calling, awakening, mission, server. So a lot of you are meant to be astrologers, tarot readers, mystics. That's going to be the path that is opened up for you, and you'll receive an invitation to be mentored by somebody. They're going to be drawn to you. Okay, let's get on with our little guidebook. Messages for Aquarius. All right, under the deck, change. Yeah, there's that Pluto and Mars. 8th house transformation. That's it. Sensitivity. Yeah, you're becoming more sensitive to the energies around you, and that actually may call for, with the Virgo showing up, was it twice? No. Just here. But Virgo being health, so it may require you to withdraw and be kind of isolate yourself from when you're receiving these energy downloads. You might get what they call ascension symptoms, feeling drained or tired, getting cold symptoms. Again, I'm not a doctor, but common experiences when receiving higher energy into the body. And we have healing, yeah, sensitivity, healing. So you're able to receive these light codes. We have fun time coming up, so that's part of the transformation. We're transforming this defeat, this sadness, the stress, and now it's time for fun with the 9 of Coins gain and the 3 of Cups abundance. You're celebrating the abundance of your life and home. That could be a new house. Some of you could be looking for a new home and you're waiting for the right time to buy. It's an interesting market, but yeah, some of you are able to buy a new home, or you'll just be relocating. All right. But you'll find a fun time in your home. You'll find healing in your home, and somebody who's sensitive to your needs and supportive of your needs with the Knight of Cups there. All right, community, yeah. So 11th house, you've been coming up in a lot of people's readings in this deck of cards. The 11th house Aquarius keeps coming up, and that's you, community. Also, number 7 is Libra, relationships ruled by Venus, conjunct Jupiter, new communities. Again, if you're moving to a new community, you could have new neighbors or a new club or group of people that you've joined in a similar goal that you have. And what else do we have? Anxiety. Yeah, that's that defeat. It's like, yeah, we're all going to hesitate for change for a minute. It's like, I think this is more like a fear of losing it. It's like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, as they say. Fear that it's going to be taken away, but it's not. It's, this is a permanent change with the 4th house showing up and home, 444 home, and Pluto and Scorpio twice. So this has definitely been a turning point with all the blue in the reading as well. That blue moon had a big effect on you, and maybe your decision to relocate. Door to value. Values Venus. 137 showing up, 33rd prime, master number. So that could be seen a lot by you, or 7/31, July 31st. You could be seeing money come your way, offered money from your community, people purchasing your wares or buying your courses or whatever it is that you're selling. There's a group of people that value what it is you're creating and what you have to offer with the 9 of Coins and gain there. Maybe you're helping people with their own, defeat their own anxiety, or with mental health or stress coping techniques, or something like that, some kind of counseling for mental health. All right. Door to spirit. So door to value and door to spirit. Doors opening. Spirit, letting spirit in to your life to facilitate this healing. The temple path. Yeah, so I get a monk-like energy coming from y'all. The 9 of Coins is typically the single and fabulous card, so it's like a solo journey. But there is still that Knight of Cups showing up, offering romance and companionship. But that could be, this could be some healing path that you're walking together, with the community showing up again, and the door to spirit and temple. Maybe you meet this person at a religious, in a religious setting, or during a ceremony or retreat. Let's check out your Queen of the Moon Oracle. Faith, yeah, warm moon, that's a full moon. So on the 31st, we had 31 show up here again. That could be an age or a date, and it's June, so there is no June 31st. But the 31st of May was the full blue moon in Scorpio that may have started opening these doors for you. Self-love, yeah. Healing and sensitivity, self-love. 9 of Coins, too, is going to afford you that luxury to care for your loving needs, whatever they may be. So, all right. And then acceptance. People are going to accept you into a new community, make you feel welcome, valued. Let's check out your alchemy card. We have the oil of vitriol. Those are the negativities. That's the like the toxin, and the yellowing. More toxic energy. What's up with that? And Mars. Maybe somebody seeking to ruin your good time with defeat. Somebody's not happy you defeated them, or there's a spirit or energy that's not happy with your ability to succeed. But Black, white, yellow is the third stage of alchemy, right before something's ready to be completed. Mars, this guy, like I said, has been showing up in every reading in some form or another. But Mars is destruction. So, yeah, haters are going to hate. Don't worry about them. They will be defeated. You have angelic protection. And any poison you have the ability to transmute into an elixir of healing, of light, of life. Let's get your Journey of Love card. Aquarius. I think kill them with kindness is a thing that you might do. You have like compassion for where they are in their journey. It's like you start to see and understand that you were once in that position, and all you can do is hope that they reach a new perspective on how their negative behavior is impacting you or people around them and themselves. So you have compassion for people that are struggling, instead of maybe in the past you would have spit back or fought back or lowered yourself to that frequency, but that's not the case anymore. The change is complete. All right, we have the Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky, as above, so below. So that, again, speaking of a union of masculine and feminine and air signs and earth signs. So you're Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Could also be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But let's see what that's about. There we go. I see myself in you and you in me. We may seem to be so different and sometimes yet so similar. Even beyond this, I know deep within that we are one. I can lose myself in your light and receive your light with my body. I can witness the darkness of your shadow and enter into it with my compassion. I can find the divine in our connection, letting go of what I thought I was. I can be broken apart to become as one with you, even only for a second, and know the divine more intimately than ever before. Our passion leads us to each other, and in each other we find our true selves. This oracle brings you a message of sacred relationship that leads to divine understanding and experience. You're being opened up to sacred relationship, either in your current relationship or one that it's on its way to you now, in human relationship and in relationship with the divine and heavenly beloved. You are worthy of it, and keep a light of gentle hope and respect kindling in your heart as you anticipate the union with your beloved, having faith that it's going to materialize. Know that even when it's dark, when it challenges you, there is sacredness unfolding. The love of the divine wants to reach us not only in our happiness, but also perhaps more so in our darkest hour. Let it reach for you through your relatedness with another, and do not be afraid to be broken and opened, for in that crackling of what you thought you were, you shall begin to know who you are, which is heaven on earth. Wow. So someone does see you as an earth angel. All right. Get some magic for you, Aquarius. Air, your sign again. Work with the element of air to cut through the cord of a situation and see a truth. I said cut the cord, so cut the cord from this poison, this person who was defeated, this energy that was defeated. Mystic Star, you do rule the star card. It's number 17. Harmony in the home and great friendships, absolutely. Communities here again. And then we have One Enchanted Evening, the perfect night. So you could meet this person at night, maybe under the full moon. Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. All right. Beautiful, and happy love underneath, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Yeah, you have a good community surrounding you, a starseed community, people that are on the same frequency of you. You're going to find your home in them and around them in the near future. Okay. Aquarius. Ooh. Well, I'll show you this just because it flipped over, but there's no place like home. So home is being brought up again. There's a stack of cards there, and I don't want a stack of cards. All right. One card, please, for Aquarius. Okay, clean it up. So that could do with the self-love and happy. So clean out your thoughts, and the rest will follow. I mean, it'll clean out this junk, this toxic energy. And it's going to lighten your mood and your energy so much. The fates, the star, I was just talking about you, number 17, Aquarius. So look out for other weirdos like you, Uranian energy, message in a bottle, looking for messages to come through in your inbox or your mailbox. Either way, an invitation, I feel, is coming to you with one enchanted evening. All right, and your angels, what can they add for us? For Aquarius, Hunter, track down your fears and desires. We had anxiety here too. Fear, anxiety. I think, you know, once you identify what's causing the anxiety or the fear, that's when you gain power over it and you're able to dismiss it as non-factual, not relevant, not likely, etc. But track down your desires too. That's the Hunter, Sagittarius, you know, taking aim at a target and getting what you want, which is possible with, you know, being an earth angel. High Priestess, harness mystic power. Yeah. So using your intuition, using your feminine ability to attract these gifts. Once you get these new powers, these unlocked powers from previous lifetimes or starseed ancestors, that's what's going to open new doors to you, doors that you couldn't even see before. All right. And we have Shapeshifter. So yeah, there's the transformation. Transform and unveil your gifts. Perfect. I'm going to leave that there. Let's get your angel messages, Aquarius, and we will call it a day. And we have education. Okay, so Jupiter does rule the 9th house of Sagittarius, where our full moon is on the 29th of June. And higher learning, education, learning about something new or doing research even on new communities. Beauty, so there's a lot of beauty that you see in yourself and others will see in you. You find beauty in this trial, this hanged, this sacrificial trial, but you're coming back from it even stronger, and that's a very, that's reflected in your aura. People are able to see the strength that you gained through that. Obedience, yeah, putting up with this, these trials until you learned to let go, like I said, surrender. You're going to be obedient whether you want to or not, until you learn this lesson, like getting someone to sit down and focus. But I think that's, yeah, that launches you into the next level. And it's a beautiful transformation that your angels are proud to see you achieve. All right. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I hope you enjoy the rest of your June. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi Pisces, and welcome to your June forecast and also your forecast for the transit of Jupiter through Cancer, which began June 2nd and will continue until October 31st until it enters Leo. And then it does retrograde this year, December 13th. It will return to Cancer. So these next few months could be a preview of what to expect in the first half of 2027 as well. And so we're going to start the month with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. Now, this is going to be happening if you are a Pisces moon or rising, your 5th house of children, creativity, fun, leisure, self-expression, leadership. So these could be things when Venus and Jupiter conjunct. You could have an intense romantic partner that you conceive a child with, or you could be expanding your creativity and your inner child, and really getting creative and not holding yourself back, trying new things entirely. So let's go ahead and see what to expect for Pisces for June. Then we do have a new moon on June 15th, but preceding that we'll have Venus-Jupiter conjunct the moon on the 13th and 14th. And then, so that sacred feminine energy of the moon combined with the love of Jupiter and Venus could create some, plant some powerful seeds on the 15th. So we also have a full moon happening at 15 degrees Sagittarius on the 29th of June. And the new moon on the 15th will be at 29 degrees Taurus. So inside Ural, of course. So underneath we have the 10 of Cups. Happy family. All your emotional desires fulfilled. Cancer rules the emotions. The cups, the water, your cups overfloweth with joy. There's completion. Yeah, you feel complete. Venus and Aries, the 4 of Wands. There's definitely a wedding, or 4th house is home, Cancer. So you could be moving in with somebody that you love. 10 of Coins. absolutely satisfied, secure. This is ironclad. You're locked in. And the Knight of Cups. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio again. This true romance coming through. And we have the Hanged Man, number 12. So that is going to be Neptunian and Uranian energy. It's like the Fool. It's a new start after being held there for so long. And peace. So peace of mind, peace in the home and the heart. And there's a feeling of being unstuck, or like you were going in circles before, but you found a way out through the struggle, and you're able to find this peace through harmony, through relationship. Libra, ruled by Venus, and the moon being there, by surrendering to your emotions and following this destiny of union. And so we have, oh, I forgot to shuffle these. Let me go ahead and shuffle that. But this did fall out, so that's true love. I'm not going to argue that. That's what this is. That's wonderful. Congratulations. All right, so again, use protection if you don't want to expand your family at this time. Soulmate, true love. I could end this reading right here. Healing. Yeah, healing love. That's the first card I pulled out, even though I didn't shuffle, but it came back around. I wonder why. Look at all this blue. This serenity, this peace, peace of mind, with the third eye being indigo and the throat being blue. You can speak your mind, speak your truth around this person, and you're not judged for it. There's complete open mind, open heart, listening, loving, and manifesting. Yeah, the 10 of coins and the 10 of cups. You did that together. Purpose. Yeah, you have a purpose together on this earth. There's a reason for your souls to come together. So you're going to create something together with the Jupiter in your 5th house right now. So what are you manifesting with this person, or what do you want to establish? I mean, it looks like a family for one, eventually, but that might be put on hold for the moment. Let's see. All right, Pisces, there's your card. I transcend. The moon, feminine, and moon in Libra is the peace card, right? Connect with your guides, sensitive, empathetic, compassionate, dreamy, artistic, creative, imaginative, spiritual, indecisive, escapist, confused, conflicted. So this person could also be a heavy dreamer like you, strongly placed Neptune in their chart, with the 12 showing here for the 12th house and the Hanged Man. Pisces, a very deep emotional person. That's why there's true love and soulmate there for both of you. You both have strong water placements and a connection that goes past lifetimes. We have the 9th house. Yeah, spiritual connection, personal and spiritual growth with Jupiter in Sagittarius there, right? Temperance, Wheel of Fortune. It's like this person's your lucky star. They are your counterpart. They neutralize your acid and you neutralize their base. You know what I mean? It's a perfect balance. Beliefs, exploration, curiosity, adventure, truth-seeking, wisdom, higher education, publishing, long-distance travel. So I feel like you will travel a lot with this person. You'll take them with you. You're going to have the resources, but you'll always have, you're bringing your home with you when you do that. And you're manifesting your dreams together, truly. We also have 33, the Masters. So you could be a life path 33, or they could. 33 years old could be important. Sacred support, blessings, expansion, increase, fertility. Again, this is very Jupiterian sounding. Positive results, positive pregnancy test is what I'm hearing. Talents, skills, mastery, teacher, inspiration, ascended masters. So you're both ascended masters in your own right. You've definitely made it through, these 10 hurdles on the coins and the cups. Scorpio, I desire. There's that deep sexual connection and death, till death do us part. Fiercely devoted, absolutely passionate, intense, powerful, loyal, mysterious, deep ambitions, magnetic, secretive, obsessive, jealous, and competitive. So some of you conceived, with all this blue here, you conceived on the blue moon in the heart of Scorpio. And you don't know you're pregnant yet. Or this couple doesn't know they're pregnant. Anyway, underneath 7th house relationship, Libra, important person, marriage. One more, Uranus, light of illumination, like the Fool card again. This is Uranian Fool card energy. I'm going in head first. I'm diving in. I'm committing 100%. You're my peace. You're my home. Sudden and unpredictable changes, upheaval, rebellion, breakthroughs, awakening, liberation, eccentricity, and raw genius. Yeah, you guys inspire each other. You're like each other's muse, too. You generate new ideas. Your energy exchange is intense and it complements one another. So yeah, the balance, 33 master. And the third energy here showing up after two people union. Absolutely. So your Journey of Love card, my goodness. I thought Capricorn had the best reading. Maybe you're with a Capricorn too, because they have the 10 of coins there. Is that? Yeah, Virgo, but still Mercury and Virgo, but it's an earth sign like Capricorn. And they're the 10th house of wealth anyway. So I was looking at the 10. So maybe check out Capricorn's reading if you're dating one or you meet one. And we have Yin Yang Lover. Perfect. 6-9. The balance. Cancer. This is your match. Like I said, you complement one another, like the Temperance card was talking about. Temperance, 9th house. Yin to their yang and yang to their yin. Within nothing there is everything. So only after you've lost everything are you free to do anything. And you've both been through your losses. You've both freed and liberated yourselves from the karmic wheel, from the hanged man position. You're open and ready to receive. Let's see. Lord, take charge and authority. That's Aries. So Mars is in Aries right now, that masculine take charge attitude. And we have what Venus and Aries up here. They could be of Aries, or you could water guardian, connect with your emotions. That's not going to be a problem. More blue, more dreamy, clear energy. Oh, there's going to be some connecting with emotions. And the divine feminine high priestess, mystic harness mystic powers. I can almost consider us the high priest too, the Lord. I mean, it's the emperor, but the Hierophant, and it looks very Taurian with his horns. So, yeah, let's see what your energy cards have for you. Anxiety, what are you worried about? 18 is the moon card in tarot, so maybe if you do wind up pregnant, it's like, oh shit, what are we going to do? Broken heart. Or somebody's worried about having their heart broken. Some of you might have been dealing with a Scorpio, or might be dealing with a Scorpio, or drawn to that reading as well, but that's in the past, man. It's just like, I'm afraid I'm going to have my heart broken again, because it's happened too many times. And there's patience, temperance again. It's telling you everything's in balance. Everything's in harmony. There's nothing to worry about. There's, it's all going to work out. There's nothing blocking this union from coming together. But the more you worry about it, I think the longer the process, the longer the hangman's going to be. Abundance, hunter moon. So that's the fall time in the northern hemisphere, September. The harvest moon, or no, the hunter moon, the one right before the harvest, or after. That's September, October. But anyway, that's the end of Jupiter transiting Cancer, getting ready to go into Leo on Halloween. So maybe you have placements in the late degrees of Cancer that are going to be touched by this Jupiter transit, and that's when all this kicks off. So trust. Yeah, don't be anxious. Trust. There's safety here. There's a nest of a home, a secure home that's not going to be taken away from you. Alchemy for Pisces. Alchemy for Pisces. All right, smoke, fumes. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah, there's passion. You be rubbing some sticks together. I don't know. But anyway, 32 could be your age or significant age, 23. But smoke screen. And under that is Chiron, the wound. It's like clearing the smoke away from the wound. Or sometimes, what do they used to heal stuff with smoke too? In some ceremonies, or, you know, psychic wounds at least. Smoke can be clearing, smudging, purifying. But yeah, you guys are creating fire together. And as a result, it's healing your own personal Chiron placements. All right. Wisdom Oracle, and then Yang. So there's that Lord, that fire energy. That's the Ace of Wands. That's one. And a fireball, right? In your hands, the power in your hands to create, to manifest. The Magician's number 1. New life. Yeah, y'all are creating new life. So hopefully it's just a new life for each other, you know. But if you want that conception, it's very likely this month. Yeah. You're making magic cards. Mystic Star, harmony in the home, great friendships. Yeah, the 4 wands came up first. Earth, yeah, security. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. So yeah, no reason for this anxiety. Earth is here. Earth's got you. 10 of coins got you. Mercury and Virgo. There's established wealth here. There's no lack. Fairy magic, respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals if you feel called to do so. And healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Absolutely, you're healing. Connecting with emotions is healing. Healing the wounds of the hanged man, too, of the anxiety of the unknown or fear of letting go. All right, did we get everything? Just some angel messages, and we are done with this reading, Pisces. This is highly intense. I wish you all the best. Oh, there's also, yeah, the egg moon. So that's another symbol of fertility. And power was right underneath that. So full moon. Fertile all month. The full moon is on the 29th. So let's see. Freedom. Yeah, Uranus. Freedom. Truth. There is freedom in truth. Authenticity. Yeah. You can be yourself with this person. You're at peace with this person. There's no conflict. There's, like I said, this peace came up twice. Y'all are balanced. Y'all are perfect. You don't have to, I mean, again, that anxiety or insecurity from previous relationships. Well, what if I don't, you do it this way or do it that way, or they might get mad at me. And it's like, no, that's somebody else's program, you know, that mishandled your heart in the past. But this person's not like that. They genuinely love you from a pure place. Okay. All right, and under that we have the Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, Pisces. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.